Good morning. Give me 1 second. I'm realizing that... Oh, guest sounds. I think we got guest sounds. Okay, we're good. Hi, good morning. We're trying out something new for captions, because web captioner stopped working for me.
Hey, it's like the words are coming in the book.
Right? Almost.
That's cute.
That is actually pretty cute. How's it 4 p.m. already, Lydia? Oh, good morning. Good morning, Lydia.
God,
good morning,
time
Kat.
zones is a fucking mess.
Good morning, TP Grant. Good morning, Jamie. Good morning, Sphinx. Yeah, we're using Google Meet for captions. Trying it as something new. It's experimental at this point. Noir lives. He does.
Is that a surprise? Was something supposed to happen to me?
It's like Noir lives.
Oh, okay. I thought that was like. I thought that was a surprise. Like Noir lives, but we paid so much.
It's like the beginning of a villain speech. Noir lives despite all my attempts to kill him.
I paid good money for this.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
I suppose 9 hitmen were not overkill because they all failed. Unfortunate
For this.
I certainly hope it wasn't poison that they tried to take me out with, because my diet is a mess.
You just can't hire good help these days.
Yeah. How dare.
That explains why I've been sick, though, you fucks. Look, no, I'm not gonna fight the chat today. I'm gonna be good. I'm gonna say nothing but nice things about everybody.
I don't know if that's gonna work for
Because
you,
I'm here to make up the difference. Anyway.
Yep. Because Steffi's here to throw hands.
I am awful. Let's just go with that.
You came up on last week's episode, actually.
Really?
When we were talking about the Meishan press issue. We were laughing at, like, me and we were just like, so this thing happened, we don't know what to do. And Steffi was like, all right, so who am I swinging?
Listen, I've spent a lot of time taking bullshit, and I have no ability to take it anymore.
One of the
I'll take other things, but I'm definitely not taking bullshit.
One of the many reasons we love you, because, like, you foot on the gas. I was like, well, they done fucked up now. I've never felt so protected. We should probably do intros.
Probably. That's a thing that we generally do. Sephi, you're the guest. Why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? What kind of projects are you in?
Oh, sorry. I can't talk at all. Hi, I'm Persephone, or Sephi. I am at Persephiroth on Twitter. I am the DM of Pastimes at D&D High. I am on a bunch of different streams that people still keep asking me to perform on, which is weird. I'm a model, cosplayer, consultant for cultural things, a bunch of other stuff.
Nice. Yeah. Nora, what are you doing lately?
Oh, snap. I do this. I have my own show on my channel on Sundays, Dungeons and Deep Dish. It's a one-on-one one-shot. It's a one-on-one interview followed by a one-on-one one-shot. Mondays I actually have off because Lessons in Deep Magic is on season break. Tuesdays I'm on LFM Network with me, Love Lindy, and the Perception Studio peeps. It's me playing Call of Cthulhu with puppets, which is fun. Then I play Curse of Strahd game on Wednesdays, and then on Fridays I'm on Chromatic Chimera with a Zyhander game, Bloody Portrait. But that is me.
Also, this Tuesday, you and I are going to be on a stream game.
That is right. We're doing a spooky game.
We're going to do a spooky game. You're kind of like on 2 channels at the same time. It's really weird.
No. Maybe. I've learned to clone myself. It's the only way I can get everything done.
Yeah, we're going to be playing Cult over on Madame Gandalf's channel on Tuesday. It's going to be a good time. D or It's the Riddler in chat is going to be playing with us, and I'm looking forward to it.
Steffi, I have to admit, if I could clone myself, honestly, the other clone would probably be just as lazy as me, so I still would get more shit done.
Listen, if I had a clone, not only would I get things done, but also, like, OnlyFans would make me a millionaire. I'm just kidding. I think I'm kidding.
No, I don't think you're kidding.
I'm probably not. Like, I mean, you got an opportunity, don't waste.
I mean, whenever anybody tells you to go fuck yourself, you could be like,
I do.
Well.
Regularly, for money. Just kidding.
OnlyFans.
Also, don't go looking for my OnlyFans because I don't have one.
Clonely fans.
Clonely fans.
I got. I've been on that site since I was born. So.
Clonely fans.
Oh,
God
clonely. I thought you said lonely fans. Oh my god.
If lonely fans were a site, I would definitely be on that one. It'd just be me in sweatpants eating cheese puffs and watching like Full House episodes on Netflix.
Clonely fans. Lovely. Thank you for that, Jamie. And Dee for yelling. How's everyone doing? How's everyone feeling? I've had a hell of a week. It's been weird. It's been wild. For those of you who tuned into the Thursday stream, no, I actually did change in between here and there. I just like this sweater. It's just cozy.
I'm starting to think you're a vile feminist.
Whatever would have given you that idea?
I don't know why it's gotta say vile though. You're not vile. Is that like something that people say?
Maybe. Probably not about me, but
I mean,
no, I can
there are
be.
definitely certain people you want to think you're vile when you're a feminist.
I mean, that's true.
Yeah.
I think if I wore that sweatshirt, it'd be redundant because I think anyone can tell from about a mile away that I'm both vile and a feminist.
It's just the aura.
Yeah, the aura of disdain and misandry that surrounds me at all times.
I know for a fact that the creator of that sweatshirt would love to have you in it.
Really? Who made it?
Probably. March
Who
1
made it,
Studios, they have an Envoy program that he's in the process of doing. I think he's full up at the moment, but if you sign up for it, I bet you that you would make, you get a commission on the shirts that you sell to the site. So it's just a little bit something.
Yeah,
You just
it's
do,
like...
Nick's is one of the
Thank you for
envoys.
the sub.
Yeah, that's my spouse gives subs to the guests generally.
Aw.
He's cute like that. Can't spell. No, Panita's fine. That's okay. Don't worry about it, Alicia. That's how you spell my Twitter handle anyways, that's fine. Alright, so we need to think of with our 5 brain cells between me and Noir, we need to combine them.
Who got the extra
last
brain
one that I
cell?
provide. I think I qualify as -3, so you're working 3 today.
Oh shit.
There we go. So
go ahead.
no, go for it.
You
Got
go
it.
for it.
No, you've got it. I can't.
Okay, so I've got questions because I am loving the shit out of Fast Ties. So, just first off, it's such a great show. Like I'm just gonna fanboy out real quick. Okay, it's gone. I have to ask you, how are things going with that? Like, first off, the production standards are just out of this fucking world. Like you make a lot of other podcasts sound like trash, and I'm not coming at nobody. I'm just saying.
I don't want to trash anyone else, but things are going well. We had to delay our last episode because of medical reasons. One of our cast members, for non-COVID reasons, had to go into the hospital, but they're okay now. But beyond that, things are going wonderfully. Like, the podcast is doing good, has great listenership. I almost said viewership. As far as the game goes, like, things are going wonderfully. Currently, we have raw material from 10 sessions past where we're currently putting things out. and we have no sign of stopping, and the players keep telling me that if we take a break, they'll cry. So,
So are we ever gonna get like a blooper episode?
okay, this has been a discussion. It's a thing that might happen. There are so because of our production and because of Derek, who's T Audiomancer on Twitter, is a fucking wizard. He's amazing. But because he's so good at editing, a lot of people wondered if our podcast was like at least partially scripted. But like, there's a lot. It's not, and there's a lot of bloopers. As far as the blooper reel goes, I mean, I know we've been saving things, so maybe sometime soon.
I mean, that is just how clean the show is cut, because like, my favorite thing is when like the professionalism of it all breaks down, and you have to acknowledge when a moment was so silly that everybody fucking broke. I know I've told you that one of my favorite parts is the bullying with the swords. Give me your sword. Give me your other sword. Give me that sword. Where does the third sword go? Like, that is...
Where does this third sword go? Like...
Elise, who plays Hudson, is a comedic genius. Totally, absolute perfection with observational humor. Also, you might be able to get that on a t-shirt sometime soon.
Yes!
So we're like, we have a Patreon goal for shirts and other big merch, but I really want to put one out before, and that's been one of the contenders, just to see, like, because currently we don't have any merch, and we're like trying to figure out where we want to go with it. So I think like a test run or a limited edition run for shirts would be good. So you might be able to get it.
Yes, like that is the shirt that I want. And so another question that I have to ask is like one of like, I feel like every RPer's goal is to be on a project that starts to get in fan art. And I've been seeing that Fast Times is getting more and more fan art. Like, what does that feel like? That has to feel good.
It's unbelievable. Like, the fan art we get is incredible. We had someone make fan music for us. There is a Fast Times fan album right now that Jake Lionheart on Twitter made, and it's good. It's a hip hop beat album, and like I like, it blows my mind every day that people are enjoying it as much as they are, and I'm so happy. And like every time we get fan art, we have like our back end Discord, and we always freak out whenever we get fan art, like all the time. So
okay, like I've been seeing more and more of it, and it's just like this is really taking off. Mm-hmm. Like Fast Time, and it should. Like, I cannot stress to everybody enough how much you need to be listening to this. So the next question that I have to ask, if you can't tell, I had a list of questions to ask, and it's like less as a host and more of a fan, like asking these questions, but I've got to cover. Is there ever a chance of us getting a live show once this all shakes out? Like, have you even considered thinking about that at all?
Okay, it's been a discussion. So as far as live shows go, I think what we would all prefer to do is do a live show at a con or a live show tour. As far as doing something on Twitch, there might be something in the works, but it may not be what you're expecting. I'll put it that way.
That's got me juiced up.
It might be a while before that happens, but there's a little something in the works.
All right. Sorry, I'm trying to stop being a giggly mess, but
Sphinx says, "Wait, there's a Patreon. Excuse me for a moment." Yeah, you've got to do that.
Oh, you're so sweet. Yeah, there's a Patreon. You can get it from the Fast Times Twitter or the website, which is fasttimesdnd.com, because we couldn't use the ampersand, so sometimes we have to use D in the letter and D.
Noir wants to be a guest on the show. That's the last question on the list.
Shut the hell up.
I won't say it hasn't come up in discussions.
I mean, I get play it cool.
We're
Don't fuck this
we're
up.
currently I'm currently trying to figure out what I want to do with guests as far as the campaign goes. Because we are so far ahead in recording that like if we recorded a guest episode, it would be like at this point almost 6 months to a year before it would air. But there's like I still think we need to start doing it, and there's a list of people that I really want, and you're on it. So I'll let you know when that happens.
Okay.
Good morning, Chaotic Story. Good to see you.
Yeah. Link to the Patreon in the chat.
Oh, that's sweet of you.
He's flustered. It's so cute.
Shut up.
It's adorable. It really is.
So, my other question is this: like, so you do like all the things, and obviously, like Fast Times is the one that's hitting hard right now, and it should. But does that get frustrating? Where it's just like, yes, I do Fast Times, but also I do this, that, and this. Like, does it ever feel like? Do you ever feel like anything is going particularly unappreciated? And is there anything that you'd like to put a light on here that we can like discuss and kind of scope out?
I will be honest with you. Every other bit of work that I do, if I do it if I'm usually doing it because I want to. And on top of that, as far as any popularity that comes from it, I direct it all back into the podcast. The podcast is my baby. So the fact that the podcast is doing so well, and the fact that I can, when I promote myself as a person, as a cosplayer, as a model, as the other stuff that I do, it's also I can turn that back into podcast attention. Literally, the more followers that I have personally, the more followers the podcast gets, the more listens the podcast gets. The podcast is my greatest passion currently, because it involves a lot of writing and performance and stuff like that, and that's one of my favorite things to do. So, and also, like, the podcast is getting the most attention, which is what it deserves because it is the most work. But I don't feel like any lack of anything when I do cosplay or when I model, when I have time these days. So.
Well, I mean, we just saw. Are you doing all of the characters from? Oh my God, I can't believe.
Pirates of Leviathan.
Yes, thank you.
No, but I do have a list of Dimension 20 characters that I do have in the works.
Also, you go.
What?
Oh yes.
I'm doing Kingston.
Oh, I
from
love
Sleeping
Kingston.
City. Yeah. I have that almost ready to go. I just have to make myself modified lace front beard, which will take some time. So.
Goddamn shapeshifter! I just want you to know that.
The other one that I have in the works, I have effing completed that I just haven't photographed. And there's a part of me that really wants to do Myrtle, but we will see because that involves body paint, and oh my God, I've been avoiding body paint for the longest time.
Yeah, I mean, I may be pricing airbrushes myself, so I get that feel, because I'm just like, if it's a paintbrush, I can't. It's too much work, and my hands shake.
I just like there's things you can do, like you can get half bodysuits and stuff like that, but like I have a thing about edges, so I'd have to Photoshop the like neckline out, and it's something that I'm dealing with because I also want to do Lore Olympus cosplay, and everyone's one solid color, and it's super frustrating. But
I mean, also, can we expect a Persephone cosplay?
I mean, people have been asking me for it since people started
that is a
Lore Olympus
lot of
out.
pink.
It's a lot of pink. I will say that I have the outfit and the wig. I just have not worked up the gall to do the body paint yet.
That's fair.
Yeah, I feel that.
So Sorry.
Okay.
No,
go ahead.
finish your thought, and I'll go.
I was just gonna say, like, I've been trying to gut up to do Ford for a minute. I did like a practice paint test, and I'm just like, airbrushing would probably be better, but it's you got to devote a lot of time.
Yeah.
I don't know how cosplayers do it.
Yeah.
Ford's on my list too. But I will probably need to get a new silicone muscle suit to paint it green because I'm not sure if it'll come out.
Oh, I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, it's the only way that I can wear a binder, but like the only way to get this to look masculine is to wear a silicone muscle suit. So I do that for a lot. You were gonna ask something, Anita?
I was, but Husha Kid in chat has a question first. Just wanted to know, what made you decide to do a high school setting?
So a funny story. Fast Times is the second iteration of Fast Times. The first iteration was an offline game. It was the first game I ever DM'd 2.5 years ago or so. And it died, but I kept it in my back pocket, like you should when you're a DM, when you have something. Like, games fall apart all the time. And I eventually started getting more comfortable with being a DM, and then I was actually interviewed on local TV for it, and then I was like, okay, I should probably like actually produce a project. And I started approaching my friends, and basically I treat games like proposals. So I write up a proposal with a summary, trigger warnings, content warnings, like themes they can expect, a general summary of the backgrounds of the story, and like any other limitations and like things players should know. Then I present it to them. I presented 4 or 5 game potentials to them, and one of them was Fast Times, and they all went for Fast Times. And
Nice.
that's why we're doing it.
Oh, that's great. So you have a lot of projects and you have a lot of like passions and you have a lot of things that you do in your time. How do you handle burnout?
I know that.
Poorly.
Side.
That's how I handle it. Okay, so burnout with creativity happens less often because, you know, I recharge from doing this stuff for the most part. There are times when it gets really difficult, but like a lot of it is to take away the strain I feel as a creative working a, you know, corporate job. But like combined with work, it can be really bad. Like I definitely had a burnout episode yesterday that I'm still working through. But you know, I would say self-care, but that would make me a hypocrite, and any one of the people on the crew for Fast Times would probably judge me for it. I don't have healthy coping mechanisms for burnout. I'm working on it.
Yeah, I feel that too. This week has just been kind of like up and down and up and down and up and down. It's been a sine wave of a week. And just trying to get to that place where I feel like I have a healthy coping mechanism. Last night I went out drinking, so that was not necessarily healthy at all.
Well, was it with people?
It was. My spouse and I went out. It was our first time out at a bar in months, and I was just like, it was my entire heart, my entire soul, because I love the bar that we went to. It's the bar where I started running play sessions for Critical Misses, which was the play group that I started for gender diverse folks in my city who didn't want to deal with game stores. So we started playing games in the basement of a bar, and I got to go back there last night, and I ate the pizza, and I had drinks, and I was moved to tears. It was like
honestly,
the best
that kind
night.
of social situation is like the best kind of self-care you can do right now, because we've all been isolated. Like, it's dangerous to go out, but there's certain precautions you can take.
They've got actually really good precautions there. So it's very limited seating. All the tables are spaced apart. You have to book them ahead of time. You can only have your mask off at the table. If you stand up for any reason, you have to have your mask on. You can't dance, and it's all table service. They bring the drinks to you. So I wouldn't have gone out if I didn't know it was safe. And I trust the owners to make sure that it is. So
yeah, I don't doubt that. You seem like you would be very cautious about stuff like that. But like, when you can do stuff like that in a safe environment right now, it's super important to your mental health. So I don't think that you drink in a social setting that you hadn't been in a while, and like at a place that you love. That sounds pretty healthy to me, as long as it was within moderation, you know?
yeah, it was.
Yeah.
But 100 bits for the hangovers. 100 bits for the hangovers. Thank you for those bits, chaotic story.
You know, I do have to confess to you, Sephi, and the audience, there has not been a single episode of Morning Ritual where one of us isn't fucked up.
That's fair.
God.
It's almost like our brand at this point. This is our Saturday morning hangover show.
Like, inevitably at 2 a.m., somebody's sending a message like, I don't know if I can do this.
Generally, it's Mar. This is like
It's
one of the first times
usually
it's been me. We're all
I was
professionals
so proud.
here.
I was so proud.
I'm so proud that you
my-
passed this torch.
I know, right? Usually my coping mechanism is weed and tacos, which, it's not necessarily the best. But
I don't know. That sounds
Hey.
great to me.
Tacos are good and weed is good, so
Yeah, I agree. Even though I don't smoke ever.
edibles
Because
generally.
it's expensive. Yeah, I just, I don't know if y'all can tell, but fast times is expensive, so I had to cut down on, like, other things, and, like, I've never been a big smoker or edible person, but I wish I was, because I have anxiety.
Not that
What?
sometimes doesn't help. Fair, though.
I mean,
Yeah.
that is...
It's helped a few times that I've had it, though.
That's true.
So,
Oh.
as long as it's, like, an indica or sativa, I think. I don't remember.
Yeah.
Indigo puts you in the couch, sativa gets you up.
Edibles in the shape of tacos. D, you genius.
Hot tacos?
Hot tacos.
Oh my god, I want tacos real bad right now. Mm. Oh my god, I could die for one.
This is screw you,
No.
Noir. I want Taco Bell now.
Wait, hold on, time out. Who said Taco Bell? You want Taco Bell? No, I want real taco.
Husha has a right now. Something about quarantine has made him want nothing but tacos from Taco Bell for like the last entire of quarantine. That's all he's been eating.
That's awesome. So
Plus,
I-
he set the inner talents and efforts. Yes, chaotic story. Thank you. for
that's
that.
true.
Very
That's
sweet,
true.
thank you.
I do have to ask another question because again, I had a list of them in my head.
Yep.
Holy shit, your voice worked. like, there's literally not a character you can't do.
Thank you.
That is absolutely insane to me. God, I'm spacing on their names, but there's one of the characters' parents are so clearly okay. So the pretentious and like rage-filled father, and then like the cutting words mother. I can't remember the names right now. But,
Those are Sophistra and
Yes.
Zalmira Stizkazi, Suri's parents.
They're upset because divine magic. The fuck is this? Like, sorry, this is
They're
fan
a
shit.
very particular type of couple, you know? Absolutely distinguished and pissy and uppity.
Right. It's so like with especially with the editing, it's so clear that they're different and you can tell where their emotions are coming from. Seriously, you motherfuckers need to listen to this goddamn podcast. Anyway, I was just wondering, has anybody approached you about doing any kind of voiceover work? Because this entire podcast is like a fucking reel. Like, I feel like you can just send this in and be good.
You know, surprisingly not. I would love to do voice work. To be honest, the voices thing is a relatively recent talent that I discovered when I started DMing. I didn't think I could do voices before. It's a lot of fun, and I would love to voice act. But no, it hasn't come up. But that doesn't mean that we don't have other projects potentially in the works for next year that I might be doing actual voice acting in, podcast-wise. So...
D, you need to make this happen. They get Sephi your voice acting contacts.
Yeah.
So one of the people that we got in chat, D, is a voice actor, and they just got put into a dating sim.
that's so
game
cool.
recently.
Comes
I'm
out
so
on
jealous.
October 27th. Crimson Spires. D is voicing one of the main love interests in that.
That's amazing. That's something I would love to... I actually really want to write a dating sim. So Arcana Cast, which is a parent company, the actual parent company, I have an LLC now, which blows my mind, for Fast Times. My long-term goal is to eventually turn it into a video game company too. So the first thing I want to produce is a dating sim when I can, but you know, that's a long way off.
I mean, I am here for all of that. I mean, you've got the voice talent, you've got the fucking artist. Like, you got, again, the fan art that has come out of this show is just absolutely bananas. So it's just like, I can see this actually happening, which is funny, because you talk to a lot of people that have ideas and they're like, well, one day I'm gonna do this, one day I'm gonna do that, like, and a good 60% of the time you're like, sure, buddy, like, you know, you do you. But like, I fully see you knocking out a dating sim at some point. Like, I don't see the limit to this, which is absolutely wild.
Thank you. I'll be honest, like, I was, for a while, the big ideas, no execution thing, but that's what being properly medicated does. So, like, getting back on ADHD meds, treating my depression and anxiety meant that there was less fear and less, like, self-hate holding me back, and I was just like, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. Like, fuck it, I'm just gonna do it is, like, the best attitude that you can have about this kind of thing. Like, you have no idea how it's gonna go, but, like, it's still, like, I'm gonna do it anyway. Fuck y'all. Just, like, whatever. I'm gonna do it, you know?
That's been my eternal mood this last little bit, ever since 2 years ago when I just decided, fuck it, I'm going to make a D&D group, and now I have this because everything that went south back in March. Yeah, I started streaming in December. I was talking about this last night, is that I started streaming in December. I did a one-shot over on Scroticus Academy, and it's led to all of this, which is really, really weird to me still, that I'm building a community and a platform. It feels strange.
Which is, like, I feel like...
Less than a year, though.
I feel like...
That's how it goes.
All three of us we haven't really been... And correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like we haven't been at this for more than 2 years.
As far as TTRPG stuff,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, no. My Twitter says I joined in 2017, but I didn't start using it until 2019.
Yeah.
So I've been, like, it's been maybe a year and a half, almost 2 years, but not quite. Only half of that maybe was focusing on TTRPG Twitter, since the podcast release and all that stuff. So.
I mean, that's incredible growth from, like, both of y'all. Just imagine what 5 years could look like if the trajectory stays the same. I'm very excited about, like, the new blood in the space, especially, you know, with us having purged a lot of unsavory characters in the space over time. Those spots can now be filled with people who are diligent, respectful, inclusive, and not cut from the same cloth.
I mean, no matter what niche group you're in, there's always going to be missing stairs. And there's always going to be people to watch out for.
Yeah.
And, like, those will change and reveal themselves over time. But, you know, it's a good thing that the community is growing, especially to become more inclusive. So.
And Ryan's in chat going, Fast Times Dating Sim.
Fast Times Dating Sim win.
maybe if they survive to the university, because I am not, like, I get it. I get that the high school dating sim is a thing, but I don't know if I'm comfortable writing.
You know,
like,
that's fair.
I will write. As an author, like, I write YA fiction. Don't go looking for it. I haven't published anything. I just write a lot of it. But, like, I'm fine with that, because, like, these are stories of, like, people that could exist and stuff, but, like, actively making a sim where people are trying to date these characters, like, I know Persona does it and I love it. I don't know if I can do it. So, yeah. University or bust.
That's fair, especially if you want to make sure that the content is... Yeah, it would be weird. It would be weird.
It's complicated, because, you know, you're dealing with fictional characters and you're basically, like, put in the slot of being a younger person, which is what the Persona series does. Like, you are in control of this avatar, but this avatar also has the age limit and has their own personality that you're just deciding things for. But I'm fine playing those, because there's a level to go to and then, like, not. you know?
Yeah.
Which if
no
I were going
lewd in high school settings, damn it.
Yeah, that's where I sort of draw the line, and I guess I could do it in that instance. Like I'm okay with like sexual references and stuff like that. Like teenage humor is gonna be like that, but like actually like it squicks me out.
Yeah.
Let's just go with that.
Yeah. Definitely go for a
Yes.
university setting. Alicia agrees. In NG9 in the chat says you need dating sim for sure because there's too much psychology in high school dating.
Agreed.
Aw, D, you're all such unique talents that can grow in so many directions. It's amazing to see where it all could go. Thank you for that, D.
That's the sweetest thing.
They're a sweetheart.
They're so sweet here.
Wholesome
So
beans.
that brings me to another question that I have for you. So I love your Twitter because it's witty, funny, and and horny on maid and
Giant hot mess, you mean?
I love it though.
It's my favorite hot mess. Does your Twitter timeline and the audience that Fast Times capture do you ever feel yourself conflicted? Like I'm the creator of this thing, which can Fast Times is sweet and wholesome at times, and it's just like it can be for everybody. But then, like, also, I've seen you drag the shit out of motherfuckers on Twitter, and I love it.
Let's be real. Fast Times, it can be wholesome. It's also I'm also the DM, so it gets wicked dirty or like not dirty. Like there's dirty humor in it. There's nothing.
It's implied.
We won't do anything that's explicit because we are all aware that these characters are teenagers. You know, but like dirty things do come up. Like, where does the third sword go? Clearly has a fucking sexual element to it. But you know, we had this discussion early on with the podcast where Ren, who's Atomic Firebird, voiced concerns about.
I love them.
They are wonderful. Ren's one of my best friends, and in real life too. All the crew on Fast Times are friends that I have in real life. Like not just online friends. But they raised the concern that like, okay, so we have this entity and it's getting bigger. Do I need to watch what I say on my personal Twitter to make sure that we don't offend our audience? And I was like, no. Point blank, because I'm not gonna police people on their personal Twitter. Like, yeah, Fast Times is a big deal, or like a big deal to me. But like, I'm not going to control what people say. You know, there's certain things that are like limits about like talking about the company or whatever. But like, as far as like personal views and stuff, I'm not going to police anything. One, because I don't work with Trump supporters. Two, like, I'm just not concerned about it. And because another reason why I did that is because, you know, my Twitter feed is, you know, a little bit questionable.
Spicy.
From chat, the best of hot messes, a great mess.
Oh, thank you, Sphinx, and also Michael. Hi, Michael. Michael's one of my like favorite people.
Michael's pretty
on
great.
Twitter. Michael's great.
Chaotic Story says dirty doesn't always mean raunchy, and you're right with that.
Yeah, I mean, there's a few things that are like generally hard limits with me. Like when I'm horny on main, it's usually making comments about my own stuff, and like it's not usually like thirsting over people directly because that gets a little weird for me.
Yeah.
And like I'll flirt with my friends on Twitter. I'll flirt with anyone on Twitter for funsies, but there's a certain point where it gets really uncomfortable. So most of the like horny on main posts are focused on like me and humor and like not specifically other people. So
I mean, I have to tell you, like once Fast Times like hit the way that it did, like once like it was a critter hug and all that, I was just like, I really hope this doesn't like stop Seffi's like Twitter. Like I was very worried, like, oh man, is this gonna change the Twitter? It has not. I still am a huge fan.
Can I talk about something? So there was a brief period after Matt Mercer followed me, when I was like, oh god, I can't expose Matt to this. I was just like, he's such an earnest man, and I'm like, I'm a fucking mess, and I'm like, and like obviously the people on Critical Role are dirty as fuck, but like I was just like, oh my god, I can't do this. And then like I had another thing like that when like every so often someone will follow me, I'll be like, oh dear God, why would you do this to yourself? Because I can't change for anyone. Like I am what I am. It's just that's what it is.
Like and that. Oh, go ahead.
I think that that's kind of what makes you, I don't want to say endearing, but like just so relatable is the fact that you are willing to just bear everything. You're willing to be open and you're willing to be vulnerable and you're willing to be horny on main because it's just you, right?
Yeah.
It's very
it's
much
just
a
who I
what
am.
you see is what you get kind of thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I will say that like my online presence and my like IRL presence are pretty similar. Unless you get me in a meeting of something professional, then it becomes super intimidating. I've learned. But like, at least when I'm comfortable with people, like what you see is what you get. Generally, there's certain situations I've been in where you have to rein things in, like work or there's transphobes around. But like, yeah, generally, I am what I am. I did not go through transition, go through living hell to be anything but. So
Yeah.
No, that's seriously like inspiring, and I think it's giving you a strength to just not take bullshit in a way that, like, again, with that mage hand press thing, it's like I was so taken by just how like there was no tolerance, and I was telling Bree when she was on here, like that's one of the things that I respect about you and Bree. It's just like you have your boundaries, and that's part of it. That's part of being a responsible person.
mm-hmm.
But the other half, and where a lot of people fail, is defending those boundaries and defending them with the fervor that you can only get when you truly love yourself. Where it's just like, I know who I am, I know what I did to get here, and how dare somebody encroach on that.
Yeah.
And again, I always tell people, keep people around you that inspire you to, fix something you don't got. That's something that I don't got yet, and like I watch the moves you're making. I watch the moves that like all like my favorite people are making. That's one of the things that's consistent about that about y'all. So I just want you to know that's inspirational, and that's awesome. Thank you.
Well, I mean, like, let's be real. There's a certain amount of privilege that goes into it because I'm a light-skinned black woman that's a passable trans woman. Like, I can get away with a lot more, unfortunately. And that's why I'm such a big advocate for other people because, like, I could choose, because I'm biracial and because, I can pass as any brown thing on the sun. Like there's an element of I have to choose to defend these things. Like I could ignore when people say racist things about me because not about me, but around me, because like they might be saying because they think they're safe, but I'm not going to tolerate that. The other thing too is that like for a little bit I was like, okay, I do have these boundaries, and I was thinking like if opportunities come and it's like something that would be like super great for me, but it would violate my boundaries, like violate what I stand for, I was just like, I don't think I could ever do it because, I have a certain level of stubbornness and lack of respect for that kind of thing. And like, I accepted a long time ago that it might affect my reach or whatever. Like, I'll deal. I'm not going to do something that's against what I stand for. At least not knowingly,
That's kind of the thing, is like you could do the easy thing, but you're not doing it because it's easy, but because it's worth it, because that's kind of what integrity is.
Mm-hmm. Oh god, integrity.
Yeah, I think you definitely are a person of integrity.
With me much.
I think you are 100% a person of integrity. Just the fact that you are willing to stand up for something despite the fact that it might impact your reach, like that's huge. That is definitely something that goes into that. sort of thing?
Well, I mean, like, thus far it's been fine. Like, there are people that, won't work with me now. I know that. And I'm no big deal. Like, why would I want to anyway? And, like, there may be situations which this has happened where I have taken, like, a gig or something where, things didn't turn out okay in the long run, and I had to address those issues. The May Chance Press issue is one of them, because one of the reasons I got it wasn't just one, I was super defensive of you and Bree. That was part of it. But the other part was that I had just been on a sponsored stream for May Chance Press, and I was like, I'm not allowing this to let go. Thankfully, at least something was done,
Yeah.
But, like, it's just a matter of, like, if you make a decision and, like, it turns out not to be the best decision, it's just, like, doing the things that you need to do to try to correct it, even if it's out of your hands. It's important to me, and there are, like, don't get me wrong, there are things I absolutely will cross my morals for. You offer me $1 million, I'll do almost anything. But I will also turn around and use that $1 million to ruin your life if it's something I don't agree with. So
$750,000 for me.
Absolutely.
I know myself.
Actually, there's a lot of things I wouldn't do $1 million for. Honestly, like do for $1 million, I guess.
Alicia or NNG9 just said, Safi, your dedication to doing what's right is one of the main things I admire at you. I agree.
Thank you.
It's the same.
I mean, and one of the things that I want to say is just like that's I feel like that's what the space needs, and that's kind of what I was alluding to before. I don't believe there's enough of us that'll look at an opportunity and go, fuck that, if the morals are wrong. And right now, I'm seeing a lot of people gaining popularity and notoriety in the space that are in that mindset that it's just like, I'm not going to cross my morals, and yet they're still rising in the scene. And eventually, like, I guess what I'm trying to say is you are somebody that can't be ignored in the TTRPG space. Like, as much as somebody might want to blacklist you, as much as somebody might not want to have you involved, eventually, just because of the work you're putting out there on your own, your name is going to ring bells. And we need more people doing that to put pressure on these companies and individuals that are steadfast in their ways. Because, I mean, eventually, it's going to get to the point where not having you involved in a project is going to be such a noticeable absence. Like, I mean, and I mean this, like, I would say that you not being present at Gen Con would be weird in some way. Like, Gen Con is like the mecca of the TTRPG everything. And, like, Fast Times not being present, it would just be weird. In some way or form, the space has to acknowledge the work that you've put in. And that means that a lot of the bigots, racists, sexists, transphobes, all of them have to take notice and change or get the fuck out of the way. And that's how we're gonna alter this space. With people like you, people like Bree, like people like Ryan, like all of us just going in and just fucking making them notice. Because Wizards don't want to notice us. But eventually, they got to. So that's the end of that rant.
That's a good rant, though.
I did not know you thought so highly of me. This is very sweet. Like, I don't tend to think of the things that I'm doing as, well, the stances that I take specifically as, like, super special or anything, mostly because it's like, this is what's right, and therefore I must do it, and that's really the only way I think about it. But it is really nice to hear that it's having a positive impact. Mostly because, if it wasn't, I would still be doing it. But it's nice to hear that, I can either influence people to change or, basically be a visible point where it's like, this is not tolerated. That makes me happy.
Right. I mean,
Was it Bella's in chat right now, and
God.
just said when noir phrases you, you feel it in your gut.
Exactly. Yeah. No, Noir, you also need to give yourself more credit because you are like just the like kindest person on the TTRPG space. Like it's you're very sweet and very affable, and you have this sort of like brightness to you that is extremely hard to like. It's not something you can emulate. It's something that you have to have. Like I don't got that. I'm a fucking bitch. But you are so great.
I'm not gonna lie, the first time like I talked to you, I was a little intimidated. I'm like, please don't fuck this up no more. Please don't fuck. But you're so sweet. Like you're so nice.
I mean, I you know, I have both personal and political boundaries, and like I have no problem most of the time. Like I'm human, I make mistakes, especially with personal boundaries. Like with my own personal boundaries when I don't claim them enough, but usually I'm pretty good about saying, you know, no. So like if people don't do that, or if they don't do it immediately, like it's a lot easier to be like a like open person to this person. Like I like chatting with folks. So but I do get the intimidation comment a lot.
Aw, hi Bree.
It's just my face.
Bree's in chat.
Oh,
Bree!
we got
Oh
Bree!
my god! Oh my god!
It's like, I wish I looked like that much of a queen this damn early. Hi, y'all, and yes, Moore is an absolute angel.
I mean, I'm on the East Coast, so it's almost noon for me. So it's not it's not a thing. It's not very early, although I do get dressed at 7:00 in the morning if I ever have meetings. So.
Oh my god, I can't. Not me. Like I literally rolled out of bed.
I woke up and ordered Starbucks on Uber Eats, and then just like rolled out of bed.
I think I'm gonna have to get tacos after this.
All right.
I'm thinking tacos too.
I don't think I can physically exist without having a taco in my mouth right now.
So
I realized what that sounded like.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I mean, both are true. Why not both?
So I do have another question to ask, and I've been trying to find the right way to ask it. But here it is. And if it sounds any type of way, I'm not trying to make it sound any type of way.
No.
But one of my favorite things about you is your comedic timing and wit. And personally, like when I'm on your timeline and like you'll put out like just a 2-line tweet that's fucking hilarious. Like it still gets its interaction, but you'll put out a picture and then like everybody and their mama's just like And I'm like I get annoyed at that, and I was like wondering like, are you on the like how do you feel about that? Because like some of the shit you put out is just comedic gold. Like
I gotta be honest, that does sometimes get to me. So I like to say that I'm funny in writing, but like I exist in a space where Elise, who plays Hudson, exists, and Elise's humor just puts like, it makes you humble. It makes you like my comedic timing. I have a book about improvisation and comedy because I'm trying to match that energy. So like my comedic timing in real life is just like, but like, yeah, I sometimes like I put out like things that I think are really funny and like they get zero attention, and I'm just like, well, you know, okay, maybe it's just funny to me. But yeah, the photos, like I'll post like a fucking selfie every once in a while, and it's just like all the hearts, and I'm just like, I have a personality, right? But on the other hand, like for some reason, like a lot of the people that find me through photos or anything usually mesh with my humor, so it works out.
Like I remember, and I can't remember exactly the words, but it was like some dating. It was like it was like your perspective on dating, and like it was like 3 lines, and I literally spit out. Like I one of these days I'm gonna go back and look at it, but like I just remember seeing like that tweet and then a picture tweet, and then everybody and their mom was just like and and I'm like, y'all just y'all see that shit? I love comedy.
I mean, people focus on visuals a lot, and like I gotta be real. Like there is an element to my listenership, my followers that is visual. Like I do have that type of privilege and advantage there. Not as much as some people, because there's some people on Twitter that just boggle my mind how they exist as people because they're so pretty. But like the other, like there's a visual component, and like I'm not gonna lie, I'm taking advantage of that because I will do almost anything that doesn't break with my morals, which doesn't include thirst traps. Like I will do a thirst trap to get attention for the podcast or myself. Like I don't care. That's not something that I have morals about. You know.
So here's where I'm going to agree, and I'm going to like add on, which is like there are a lot of people that exist in the space that lean on hotness, and that's kind of the main course of the meal, and that's where it ends. Like I think what I respect about you, and this is like why I've always been a fan, is because you are extra, in the best possible way. Like you could have just stopped with like, here's a Pokemon trainer cosplay, but like
I miss doing that so much. I have like several that I like. That's a project that I'm sad I don't have time for right now.
Oh.
So like, but that's exactly what I mean. You did the Pokemon cosplay. You gave the Pokemon that they would use, did a little bit of a story on them, and then like 2 tweets later, it was just like, also I don't play Pokemon. And that's the kind of funny shit that I'm talking about. That motherfuckers need to pay attention.
I mean, I can't like okay, I used to love Pokemon, but like as I get older, like the things that draw me to RPGs are story and character, and they ain't got much in that realm. So I was like, I need to create my own Pokemon universe where there's an interesting story going on. And so, yeah.
Michael Wayne had a question from chat, sorry.
Oh, yeah. No, go ahead.
Do you think the fact that some creators such as iHunt or Thirsty Sword Lesbians having no fascists or no transphobes in the front of their RPGs feel like an example of the change that you want to see in the industry?
Yeah. Also, I'm going to be on a Thirsty Sword Lesbian stream on Monday at a time. I will post it on Twitter, but I don't remember the time. But yeah, I do think it's a big deal, especially in their imagery and what they're putting forth as art. It's super inclusive and diverse. I do think I'm not actually like. I do think the one thing that people need to get more on board with in the TTRPG community before we see real impact is having one more, specifically not just people of color, but Black folks on writing teams, Native people on writing teams, like especially things that take any inspiration from that diaspora, whatever, I can't pronounce that word. Like that's when things will see serious improvement. But I do think that like these kind of examples are, you know, elements of that or like features of that are going to become more and more prevalent. Like, for example, I just joined started as a cultural sensitivity expert with them and doing some stuff for them. But I have started helping out action fiction with some of their things. And I'm slated to be writing for them or like helping them correct some issues that have come up. So like movement's happening, I guess, since I've been included in that space. But I want to see more people get those kind of opportunities. Like I want people to like, just like I want like Gabe St. James, like Gabe is like incredible, but I want to see the point where Black creators can get their bare minimum, you know, especially dark-skinned Black creators. Like this is not knocking Gabe. Gabe's incredible, but you know what I mean? Like
I feel
the amount of focus. You know,
I mean, and
like,
Gabe is making all the moves. Shout out to that brother.
Absolutely. Like, I just want it to be where the point where, like, it's never going to be perfect. I'm not that much of an optimist. But the more we get that kind of visibility and the more we get those kind of opportunities, the better it will be for us overall.
Yeah.
Let's see. Bella says, sometimes I see a new person in the replies of Persephiroth and they're thirsting, and I always have to stop myself from being, wait till you see the jokes, she only gets better.
Oh my god. I think, honestly, that I usually think I'm obnoxious, but I love being obnoxious, so I don't care.
Oh!
But, people, I do, there are people that, get intimidated away from making thirst comments on my posts, I think, and, that's kind of fun,
I usually like and
someone
move
will
on
start
because
making-
I'm just like, she's too hot.
Well, I mean, I love comments and I love responding to them, and I do enjoy thirst comments. But there's some that go too far, and I think people have realized that I don't tolerate that shit,
Yeah.
and I will call it out. And
That's a real, efficient way to get
I
embarrassed.
will tell you, one time there was someone who made a really, really, really gross comment involving things that I'm not going to mention here, and I was like, okay, how am I going to deal with this? I can call this out, or I can play them. So I was like, you'll find out if you join my OnlyFans, and then I rickrolled them. And then, because I don't have an OnlyFans, and they were like, that's the first time I've been rickrolled in years. And I was like, yeah, you deserve it. Your comment was absolutely fucking disgusting, and I refuse to tolerate it. Do not do it ever again. And then they apologized, and everything was fine. But,
Sometimes all you need is a well-placed rickroll.
I mean, it's an old meme, but it works. And also, it's not the first time I've done that. A lot of people have. I've done that to a few different people, and they've been like, I'm both impressed and disappointed. And I'm like,
Good. As you should be.
yeah.
Now stay in your place.
Yeah. It'll be weirder. So I have a plan to eventually start doing, actual TikToks properly instead of the lame ones that I've done before. Lame is ableist. I apologize. The very incredibly basic's kind of offensive too. Just bad TikToks that I do. So I feel like it'll get worse once I start getting crossover there.
I did not know you were on TikTok, and I need to correct this.
But I only have one video up because I deleted the rest, since I'm going to start doing things more seriously from a roleplay perspective as soon as I have time.
With all the characters you have, your TikTok could. I'm just like, it could be banging.
It could be. It has not been yet. I did some really just mediocre stuff, and as a Capricorn, I can't tolerate it. So of course I have to throw myself wholehearted into it. Once I get past this work week, it'll happen.
Thank you for volunteering that, because part of our show is finding out what our guest sign is. So we got a Sagittarius.
Sagittarius here, Leo over there, and then...
Oh, damn. Why am I here?
Right?
Sorry.
Really? Is everybody gonna get Leo?
Listen, okay? Okay, so, fire signs can be a lot.
And
although...
yeah, that's kind of the reason why we drive so well as co-hosts, is because we're both fire signs.
Fuel the fire? Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I like you both. That's a new thing. I'm just kidding.
That's a new thing.
I have a fair few Leo and Sagittarius friends, and they're awesome, but it's
Sometimes we're alone,
there's been a
though.
few times where they've wanted to be like, hey, we should go on a date, and I'm like,
Nah.
We
need more positive Leo representation.
I mean, yeah. So one time, this was so I do audio QA with Derek, our audio editor for Fast Times, and occasionally I have other people from the crew join in, and we had a meeting with me, Derek, and Nuance, I believe, and eventually they started making fun of me for being a Capricorn because I'm a workaholic. I'm the most Capricorn that's ever Capricorned, and I didn't think I was until recently. So I started looking up famous people under their zodiac signs that were the most awful people I could find, just because Nuance is a Pisces, and we've determined that a lot of Pisces men are actually terrible, because a lot of the famous people that are Pisces are awful. I forget who, but it's there was a site, and I was just like, oh, that's
Sorry,
bad, that's
Sphinx, I
bad.
know
But
that
all
you're
the
a
women are
Pisces.
great. I
Oh.
love Pisces, by the way. Pisces is the zodiac sign that I absolutely adore, wholeheartedly. Obviously, there's
I got
stuff
beef with
movies and
Pisces.
stuff,
My first ex was a Pisces, and I'll never let it go.
I mean,
Same.
They can be just like any other sign. They can be a lot, but like there's a lot of signs that don't fuck with Capricorn because we're all depressed, fucking workaholic, fucking just sarcastic and bitchy people. Like I have not met like there's only been like 2 Capricorns I know that have gone on with me, and like one of them decided they didn't like me anymore. So you know it's. Like, I would say that Capricorns are, like, just the fucking depressed emo goth of the fucking zodiac. Like, they're annoying. So.
For me, it's Aries. Like, I haven't run into an Aries that I don't like. Like, usually, the second I see an Aries, it's like, boom, you know?
You know, surprisingly, I love Aries, especially
right?
Aries people who aren't men. I have a lot of Aries friends.
Are men just trash? Overall?
Yeah.
So I might just go this.
All right.
Hashtag not all men. You heard it from Warren right here. I'm just
Ew,
kidding.
no.
I'm joking. I mean, you know, everyone is an individual, and even zodiac-wise, like, there's a lot of different factors that go into it. And like I say, I don't take it seriously, but I fucking love this shit.
Yeah, same.
So like, there's a lot of different elements that make up a person. The only sign that I like truly 100% do not understand, and I found this out because I know someone who's a triple, is Aquarius. Triple Aquarius, and they are Aquarius to a T. Like, I do not, I don't.
So sun, moon,
Elise
rising,
is an
all
Aquarius, and I get along with her, but I'm like, what?
So sun, moon, rising, all Aquarius?
Yeah. Yeah. It's like uber Aquarius. Like, they are a hyper intelligent, but just spacey about so many social things. And then like their aesthetic is they are a mermaid. They just are. I think they have mermaid scale tattoos. They have blue hair. Like they LARP. They do like I also LARP, but like it's like the escapism is so like they always have like this dream glaze over their eyes, and I'm just like, what is it like to be you?
What is it like to live that life?
Like, I feel like it would be a great vacation to have this, like, and I don't want to stress this, like, super phenomenally genius level intellect. I'm like, oh, okay. I don't get you.
Just like the savant.
Yeah, like, I like, and other Aquarians I get, but I found out that, like, in its raw form, I don't.
My oldest friend, like literally, she's also the one that did my tattoo. She's an Aquarius, and like her and I actually get along quite nicely. It's really strange how that works.
Well, Aquarian's an air sign. Don't air signs and fire signs get along?
I thought Aquarian. No, you're right. It is an air sign. Yeah,
It's
air
weird
signs,
because
air
of
and fire
aqua in it.
usually. Yeah, because. Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah.
Though.
So I just did my birth chart. Apparently, I am a Leo sun and a Virgo moon.
That's why I like you.
There it is.
No, I mean, it's joking. Like, I appreciate a lot of different people for a lot of different things, even zodiac-wise. Jokes aside.
I mean, it's fun. It's just like anything. Like, yeah. I feel like anybody can take anything to the extreme, and then it becomes less fun. Like, there's a healthy level of, respect you can give to anything and just move on.
I want to say that I'm Sagittarius, Taurus, and then Virgo rising.
That makes sense because I'm Capricorn, Virgo, Taurus.
Nice.
Yeah. So the perfectionist tendencies are real bad. And also the desire to take a nap and eat everything.
Oh yes, I love naps so much.
I love naps and I love food.
Oh my god, I love naps.
I cried over pizza last night. It was.
I've had meals where like it's brought me almost to the point of tears because I love food. I didn't like trigger warning. Like I didn't always have a healthy relationship with food. But now that I do, like food is so good. Like I had a chimichanga from one of my favorite restaurants where I used to live because I was visiting my mom recently to help her with some stuff. Because I do a lot. I'm responsible for a lot of my mom's care as far as like money stuff goes and figuring stuff out. So like I went over there and we ordered from this restaurant nearby, that was my favorite Mexican restaurant. I had the chimichanga for the first time, and I think my mouth orgasmed. Like if I could find a physical personification of that dish in a human form, I would marry it.
Oh my god! Like
That's too real.
I just, I can tell you the next dish that'll probably make me break down and cry, and it's not even good. It's just the first time that we can all go to a convention again, and I can get some really shitty churros. I know that I'm gonna cry because shitty churros at a convention are my favorite thing.
You know what? So, the last con that I went to was BlurCon, and it was the first con that I cosplayed at. I actually haven't cosplayed at too many cons. I attended a few, but not as a cosplayer. Like, true to the name, BlurCon's food was impeccable. It was so good. There's a lemonade. They had a lemonade that had like fresh fruit in it that like I still cry about. It was so good. It was so good. And like the food was like they got a bunch of food trucks and it was like
The food trucks
at
outside
Game
Gen
Hole
Con.
Con, they had this taco truck. The carnitas were so good with the salsa verde.
I was like a lot of the cosplays I had were very form-fitting that weekend and I just didn't care. I ate everything. I also had like an Ariel mermaid like group photo shoot that like the last day of the convention in a pool, and like wow god, thinking about that now like post COVID it's like oh god damn. But
Yeah.
like
That's why
I just like that morning I ate everything. I just don't care.
Is it?
Like, okay.
Dee just said that I'm the same way with those vaguely stale chips and the nuclear nacho cheese. Yeah, that's me too.
Yeah, with like the peppers that you're not even sure was actually ever a vegetable.
Yeah.
Like looking back on life pre-COVID is actually
So
wild.
strange. Yeah.
Like I look back at some convention pictures with just me huddled up with a bunch of people, and I'm like, that's terrifying in today's context.
Yeah, it's so God.
Like-
I'm not alone in this, but I miss the before times so badly.
Yeah, like
Me too.
I
I miss
just-
hugging friends. I miss
I
hugging
miss
my
having
friends.
too.
Yeah, like, and I keep like it's really wild to me that like I keep thinking like maybe someday in the future cons can come back, and one day I'll be able to actually be in a room with all my friends. Like it's such a small thing that would mean the world to me now.
But it's not small, It's like
It's
a
huge
part
right now.
of it's a part of
I
your
mean-
life that's like missing fundamentally now. It's nothing like
Right.
that can be small.
You know what? I think you're right. I just think I'm thinking about it in the context of like if you told me this like 5 years ago, like, hey, one day you're going to miss just being able to go to your best friend's house whenever you want. Like one day you're going to miss going to a bar and singing karaoke. Like that's all stuff that I never thought could be taken away, I guess, is what is where I'm coming from. And shit it has. And that's
It also sucks because we're in America.
yeah.
We're
Canada.
in the United. Oh, lucky you.
I know.
We're in the United States. I know Noir are in the
Yeah.
United States, and like it's like things are so much better managed other places. So like there's some semblance of life, like normal life, but here it's like
Yeah. You're almost at like the biggest wave yet, and
no, we just hit it. I think I saw a news
Yeah.
thing this morning. We have 65,000 new cases right now. It's the biggest rise in. It's scary, and like my state it was one of the worst, but now it's like on the okay side. But I know as soon as winter comes and Christmas comes, it's gonna be
Yeah.
like because like holiday gatherings, missing those, people are gonna be destroyed, and not like I almost can't blame them because like you spend so long in isolation or quarantine and like you miss your family, and then it comes to the holidays and like that's heartbreaking.
Yeah, I had to go back for Thanksgiving in Canada was this weekend past, and so I went home for like the first time. I've had a year. Like my mom died back at the end of May, and so we had to do Thanksgiving like without her for the first time ever. So that was like an emotional like high and low, and I'm just so fortunate that the cases are so low in the area that I'm from. There's none. And that's like, compared to everywhere else, that's absurd because they're small and rural. But like, the fact that I'm privileged enough to be able to go home and see my family is just kind of mind-boggling because there are people that can't right now. And it's going to be so hard for them come Thanksgiving. They don't want to be able to they don't want to do a Zoom Thanksgiving or a Zoom Christmas.
Yeah.
Like, they want to be able to spend the time with their families.
Or Zoom Hanukkah or Kwanzaa or anything.
Yeah, exactly. Zoom any holiday.
Eid anything. Like, there is just, it's like the fundamental, one of the things that's like fundamentally human are celebrations. Like, they may not be the same celebrations to everyone, but everyone knows that feeling. Like, most everyone's part of a culture that has some type of celebration or sometimes a celebration period where you experience, friends, family, closeness, togetherness, and like, we're all, like, some countries, ours, more than others are fucked. Yeah. And, like, I see my mom because I have to. Like, my mom is I have a complicated relationship with my mom, but, like, I have to do certain things for her, so I have to see her. But, like, it's always a risk, Yeah. Like, I never take off my mask when I'm around her.
Because, you don't know.
Yeah, you don't know. Like, I very rarely leave this apartment. Like,
Yeah, we've been having celebrations for hundreds of thousands of years. It's just
it's wild the things that we have had to come face to face with this year. Like, just these last 2 weeks, like, I got sick, and I was not sure it was not COVID because I went to the office last week because my job really wanted me to go. I can say now, no worries, it's not COVID, it's officially. But
good.
For like, when you take the test, you don't find out until about 3 to 5 days what it is.
Depends on where you are. There are rapid fire tests that sometimes let you know in 24 hours, but in states that have a lot of tests going on, you don't get them for days.
And like I was trying to play fucking cool, like, yeah, I'm fine. It's da 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 da.
But when you're in that waiting period, I've been in that waiting period.
Also, sorry, Lydia, I should have said something, but like, I was really fucked up about it. And I know there's gonna be a lot of other people that are just like, we're getting into flu season, like regular fucking flu season, and motherfuckers are gonna get sick, and that it puts you in a space that's really, really fucked up. Cause like, it didn't really hit me until like my little sibling was like, hey, can I come over? And I had to be like, no. And like, my whole deal is, we don't come from the greatest household, so everything that I've ever done is to build a safe space for them, so that if shit gets bad, they got somewhere to go. And I had to shut it down. and then I had to try and explain, like, no, I'm gonna be cool, I'm gonna be fine, I'm just under the weather, and I'm saying all this shit, and I don't know that I mean it. And like, and so then you start attending I'm a 33-year-old dude, and I'm not terribly unhealthy, but I'm like, I start attending to shit that I don't think that I should have to attend to. Looking over my life insurance policy, looking at my just my regular insurance in case this is for the loan call. You know, like looking up the laws to see, like, if I do have this, how do I go and let my landlord know? Will my landlord kick me out? Like, we're in a fucked up time right now, and it's forcing us to consider a lot of shit that we shouldn't have to consider. And so I think this is one of the reasons that I personally appreciate the TTRPG space and the bright lights in it, because like looking forward to this conversation, or looking forward to a show or something, that's an hour or 3 hours where you just get to fucking not exist in the headspace of the real world, because it's ugly out there.
Yes.
So that's why I love all y'all so damn much. It's just like, because this shit is crazy.
Do you want to need some caffeine? Chaotic? We've been at this for an hour and a half. Do we want to take like a 10-minute break on that note? Ooh. I know it's kind of it did get very serious very quick.
Oh shit, I wasn't trying to get serious.
No, it's all right.
Trying to say I love you.
No, I get it. We love you too. We love you so much, and we're so glad that you're healthy, and we're so glad that you're okay.
Yeah.
Like everybody in chat, even Bella's saying that you're making her heart hurt, and that she loves you, asshole, and be safe.
I'm cool. Still choking down cough drops, but I'm cool.
Yeah, I'm glad it wasn't COVID, because like
me too. Because
even in the best scenarios, there's so many risk factors for long-term chronic health issues. Like,
yeah.
The one thing I will say is, like, you know what this puts into perspective better for me, and this is almost a dark thing to say, but like the stuff that we're struggling with now, like Noir said, like insurance and things like that, and the things that like we are, you know, scared of, and like we have this thing that we're afraid of that might happen or whatever, it, you know, puts in perspective so much more how we treat the disabled community, and it like it infuriates me that like, yeah, I knew disabled rights are a huge deal, and it's something that I've spoken about before, but like this just puts into context so much more what it's like, because this is almost normal for some people who are disabled, and it's
yeah.
But anyway, we're gonna take a break and things are gonna get less serious. Sorry.
That's all right. We're gonna take a 10-minute break. We're gonna stretch. We're gonna get a little bit more caffeine or water in us.
From my Keurig, you fucks.
I don't drink coffee because I'm an alien.
That's all right.
No, I'm serious. So
we're gonna be back in 10 minutes. Stick around. We will see you then. Hey y'all, we're back.
Hello.
Thank you so much for adding that command to Nightbot D. You're a delight.
Oh, that was terrible.
Yeah, it really was.
Oh, but
it
really
really was.
Oh, it hurts so bad.
Hey, don't you shake your head at that pun, because the other day you made a really good one, and we told Alicia about it, and Alicia is very proud of you.
I'm ashamed of myself. I went home and gave myself 30 lashings for that. No bad.
I mean, Noir can't like a pun about delight because his name is Noir.
Mm-hmm.
God damn it. I was like, yeah.
I'm not good at puns.
I was like, yeah, that's right. Noir doesn't like wait a second. I think I need to explain to you, part of the reason I hate puns is because I take so long to get them.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, like for example, we're on a channel called Critical Misses. Anita is Fib presenting. Kinda. I don't want to. I don't want to fuck it up.
I'm pretty fluid, but yeah, mostly femme.
Yeah. Mostly femme, and you wanted to make a safe space for femme people and people just who don't feel welcomed at the game shops. So I was like, Critical Misses. Clearly, that's what that's about. And then like,
I just got it. I just got that too. Oh my god. Ah. I was like, I know it's a play on Critical Miss, and I was like,
See,
that's
no,
brilliant.
You got the other half. I didn't get that it was a play on Critical Miss.
Like when you roll a 1 on the die, and the fact that my logo has a broken heart and it's not a 20.
So I was just like, oh, that's why the heart is broken. Because it's a 1. I get it.
It's not the 20 on the die.
I feel like I should be better at this as someone who has a podcast called Fast Times at D&D High.
Norian's in chat. Hi, Josh.
Hi, Josh. I love you so much.
Say puns and
oh no, we
look, it's
summoned him.
It looks like when it comes to Critical Misses, it looks like Noir didn't get this one.
Josh.
Chaotic
you
story.
Know what? No. We don't just walk past what just happened there. I think he gets the shame cam.
Do we roll past it?
You know what? Y'all both get the shame cam.
Here you go. Chaotic Story, thank you for gifting those subs to Celsi, Paplife Shampoo, With a Brick, and Oriented D8-Bit Gaming.
Oh, I know a lot of those people.
Yeah, they like to follow my channel.
That's cute.
I know my brand, damn it. You're right.
And then it's clipped. Wow, fantastic.
Yeah, thank you for that, D. Bless you.
This is great. I approve.
Anoriand, meet NNG9, NNG9, Anoriand, Josh, and Alicia. I think you two will be the best of friends. The 2 funniest people I know.
I love Josh so much. Josh is so near and dear
That's
to
my
heart.
space brother. I love Josh.
Yeah, Josh is great. I actually need to send Josh a message because we're gonna get him on the show.
Yeah! Oh, I can't wait for that.
Because
the shame is my kink. Kink shaming is my kink.
They noticed my laugh squeaks. Oh god, my brand. Yeah, I squeak when I'm really entertained. I squeak when I laugh. I
have to say, like, I really want D to hang out with you, Sephi, because the only person that is as horny on maid as you are is D, and I feel like a competition needs to happen.
D holds a championship belt for being horny on main. I have that upon them.
Damn, I gotta fucking JoJo's this bitch. Like JoJo up in here, just like deal.
Big facts. Can you feel the love tonight? The answer is yes. Clearly I can.
Oh my god, Josh.
Love Josh.
So we have a segment on this show, that I have been very excited about introducing to my guest. And I'm certain you have a good story.
I am concerned. Let's go.
No, go for it.
So this is the That Guy segment of Morning Ritual.
Oh boy.
Now, just as a disclaimer for what That Guy is, if you've ever been at a TTRPG table and there is a black hole of fun at the table, just somebody whose removal from the space would increase the enjoyment of the experience by a shit ton. You've dealt with That Guy. So my question to you, so the purpose of this is we are at the end of the season, we're going to take all the stories that we've collected and write a book called the That Guy Bible, how to identify and nullify that guy at the table.
It's a That Guy spotting guide.
Yes, we want to hunt them down until they're extinct. So,
Or at least correct their behaviors.
or hunt them.
Like the prey they are.
Someone will die. Have fun.
Okay.
So my question to you is: have you experienced that guy, and would you like to recount the story? If not, that's fine. But I would love to hear if you've had that experience.
It's not just that I've experienced that guy; it's that I have so many that I have to limit it to one. Because I've only been DMing for been DMing for like 2 years or just under, but I've been playing since I was 14, 15.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god. Okay. And some of these people I still know and are still in my social circles. This will be fun. Okay, I will let you choose. There's a just after high school story.
Mm-hmm.
There is a high school story. Then there is the college story. And then there's a story of someone who I was able to correct. But that might be not what you're looking for.
All right, so chat, I'm gonna give you a choice: 1, 2, or 3. Which one do we go with?
Wait, 1 second. I can do something.
What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna make a poll. That's a thing that I can do. Okay, so which story? So it's high school.
High school.
It's not a hole deep enough to push
just
those guys
after high school and college.
Oh, we got Alicia go with college.
Okay,
that's
I'm starting a
personally where
poll. The duration is 1 minute.
All right.
There's a poll. The poll is out. Poll is live.
Oh, there it is. That's cool.
Yeah,
That's cool.
I learned this the other day when I was going to do. I had a plan that I'm still gonna go through with. But I think
Anita
I might do that
making a
on Monday.
poll, huh? Wow, D.
Damn.
Wow.
Ooh, college
Yeah.
is in the lead.
The power of a mod.
College is really in the lead.
Oh my God, college is kicking ass.
College is kicking it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just watching this. This is actually fun to watch.
This is like entertaining.
Right?
I know, right?
Which one shall it be? Choose wisely.
D said that bold us to assume that it will be a competition instead of the most dynamic duel of horny on main ever seen.
Oh God, if it's a college story, there's an element.
Yeah, oh shit.
And college wins. Okay.
College wins.
I gotta pick different names for this one because this one can. Okay. Let's call this man Lewis.
Okay.
Lewis is his name. Okay, so, before I started running my own games, I mainly gamed with the same group. I've been in that group for about 14 years total until now. We're not really gaming anymore, but you know. And like the core 3 members were me, a friend of mine, and another friend of mine. But then there was a rotating group of sort of like other people we knew that were in this group. All 3 of the stories involved different people that were in this group, by the way. The college one was Lewis. Lewis is someone that went to high school with me and these people, but graduated 2 years before us. Lewis was known for being strange or problematic. Problematic is probably a better term. But I didn't know anything about him before I started gaming with him. Now, this story has a few different parts. Shall we start with the first one?
Yes.
Start in the first one.
The first story, this is when I was 19. I was in college. Lewis was not, but we were playing at my friend Greg's house. And we had like a really, really like brief session 0 into it. And like, this was really the first time I'd spent any amount of time with Lewis, because, you know, he wasn't around much. Like, he was older than us, by a bit. I think he was 21 at the time. And like, so actually shit, I wasn't 19, I was 17. I started college early, I forgot about that. Or I was young for college. I was 17, so I was still a minor. So we are all taking turns at Greg's computer to make character sheets. And like Lewis is helping me build this character. And like at one point, he just, as I'm like rolling to calculate like fucking like constitution or something, he just bites me on the neck. Just like straight up bites me on the neck. Just like and then like proceeded to be like nothing happened. I was like, I got bit. That's definitely a thing that has happened. You definitely just bit me. And he was like, nuh-uh. And I was like, I'm weirded out. Like, what are you doing right now? Are you hitting on me? Like, what's going on? And it was just like, And so we proceed to play the game like everything's normal. And I'm just like,
sir, this is a Wendy's.
yeah, right? Like, okay, so it turns out that my friend had problems with this person for numerous reasons, one of which was inappropriately hitting on his friends. But we had him in a few different gaming sessions. And like a year or two later, we were playing at the other friend's house. And this was like Lewis's last attempt to do anything. And proceeded to have an argument with the DM for 2 hours about playing a fucking pseudo dragon when we were doing like standard races only, and like arguing as we're all sitting at like a fucking dinner table, and me and my other friend, who is female, just look at each other like constantly, like this is just going back and forth, and eventually we're all just like yelling at him because we just want him to stop. The DM wound up rescheduling the game and just not telling him when it was, ever. But that's not where the story of this person ends.
No fucking way.
There's more?
Oh yeah. So after being kicked out of this gaming group, Lewis. Shit. Oh god, that's really bad. You know what?
Lewis.
At least it's a common name. Lewis. Lewis joined some type of military group. And like got married. Okay. And I'm not gonna say too much. I'm not gonna say too much about this because it's none of my business. But yeah, Lewis is in prison now.
No clipping.
Lewis is in prison now. So that's the end of that story.
Yeah.
Very creepy person.
He should. By God, he bit you.
He bit me. He straight up bit me. Like there was nothing. Like I was so confused. Like I was so confused. If people clip that, it's gonna be really bad. Honestly, though, no one's gonna figure it out. But except people I know, they won't be able to figure out who this is. Like it's a super common name, but
yeah. So there's a lot to unpack there.
This is like the cryptid.
Look, this sounds very similar to your story, Anita. Of the ear guy.
Oh, the ear guy. Fuck the ear guy.
I wouldn't recommend it if you're calling him ear guy.
No.
Sorry.
It's all good. This was when I was working at like a 24-hour print shop in the middle of downtown. There was a tattoo/piercing. I was a piercing artist for one of the local shops, came in to work on his portfolio. And I was helping him out on the computer. And he just kept looking over at me. I'm like, what? He said that I have the most beautiful earlobes that he had ever seen in my life. And then proceeded to reach out and stroke them.
That's so creepy.
Mm-hmm. And like, he just wanted to put a thick gauge in there. Some big hoops.
I think that dude wants to fuck your earlobes.
That is so gross, but you know, do you want to hear the super problematic thing that just went through my mind?
Yes.
No, go for it.
I want to park this big gauge right in your little earlobe.
Like your little garage.
Oh, that's so gross. So
yeah.
It was
a touch and then a stroke.
So actually, I'm trying to think if the college story was the worst one. I actually don't think it was.
You
I
got
think the high
bit.
school one's the worst. So, like, the high school one involved not me being stalked, but someone else being stalked. And then the post-high school one, a person that I still know and who has made several changes because I've made it clear I don't tolerate his behavior, called me several slurs for homosexual people way back in the day. So, like, those are those two stories.
Jesus.
I mean, this is just
Guys, we gotta
overall
do better.
inappropriate
We
behavior as a
gotta do
human
better.
being. There's a lot
Yeah,
to unpack there.
Yep.
Like,
Yep.
you can't just go around biting people. Like, just...
At least ask first and buy me dinner, god damn it.
Jesus Christ.
I
It's like
mean, I'm okay if you bite me, but consent.
Yeah, did not have that. This was also like, it was one of the weirdest, creepiest moments that I experienced before I transitioned. Like, this was before I had done anything. And like, it was just like, I was like, at the time, I was just like, oh my god, if this is what he does to me, I'm never leaving him alone in a room with my female friends. Like, what the fuck? Just
like, keep your grimy, Cheeto dusty hands off people.
I gotta
Consensual
tell
bites
y'all.
hot. I'm okay with that.
I gotta tell y'all, like, when first out of that guy segment, I was expecting, like, there's this guy that argued with the DM for 2 hours. Then we started like,
you're talking to femme people?
Yeah, then we started bringing in
Like,
femmes, and like the shit y'all go through. Like, I created this because I was just like, man, this is the worst part of gaming. I can't believe the shit that I've gone through. Like, and then there's a story like, yeah, I got bit, and I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
Sephi's too kind when she's harassed. She first thinks of protecting her friends. Yeah,
well,
you're right,
at the
Noah.
time, I was just really, really, really confused about the attention directed to me because nominally the guy insisted that he was straight. I was like, okay, then why the fuck did you bite me? like, I don't care what your sexuality is. Why did you bite me? So, like, my concern was that, like, if that's how he was treating me, like, what would he do if he was in a room alone with the other, with
Oh my god.
I couldn't.
What?
And you never face consequences for that. Like, my friends thought, I told them about it, I was like, after it, I was like, this is super weird. This is really weird. And they're like, yeah.
Yeah.
I've been
That's super weird.
playing in the That Guy minor leagues this whole time. I had no idea.
I mean, there's some other stories that we've had where it was just like,
shoot.
yeah, we brought some major league that guys in there, with the king of that guy.
Should we tell the story of the king of that guy?
The king of that guy is the person that leverages NPC relationships for personal relationships with the players through interactions.
Aha!
Yeah.
Yeah. Weirdly, like I know that's a thing. I don't think I've experienced it. Well, like, I don't think I know it's a thing. But like, I don't think I've experienced it being directed at anything I've done because either that or I'm just oblivious.
Yeah.
But I do believe, you know what? I do, the first story, there's, yeah, that is in the first story, actually. That I didn't tell.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it. Not towards me, though, so.
Yes, that guy you just mentioned is my that guy experience. Oh, okay. Yeah, king of that guy. King of that guy is, yeah, that's the one.
It's just like, why you gotta be like this?
Yeah.
Like, why? And like, it's usually dudes, but like, then there's like, I've encountered a few, mostly in the LARP circles, but I know it crosses over with TTRPG, like, the ways that like women are creeps are completely different than men, and like less common, but like I've seen some super manipulative behavior come out at LARPs from people who are, you know, all across the gender spectrum, but like It's usually dudes. It's usually fucking dudes that are creepy.
Yeah. Like, I gotta tell you, doing this has made me very wary of any kind of PC to PC romances. Like, it's just,
You know what? It's fine as long as you communicate with your players openly about it.
Yeah, and I know
Don't
people
spring it
that have
on
gotten
them.
together because their characters got together. Sometimes that happens naturally. It's when it's targeted, aimed, and super creepy, and you have no communication about it or consent involved. Then it's a problem.
Yeah.
like, who the
Like
fuck are
when you
these
create a
motherfucking-
himbo specifically to attract a specific player because you know that that's what they'll like.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jeez. The thought of doing that has never crossed my mind. I'm just like, I want to play this.
That's because you're a good
Like-
person.
I don't know. It's just like sometimes sometimes people's logic boggles my mind. And like there's things that I have that are not based in logic that I whatever, but it's nothing like that. Like I don't.
There will be biting
Like-
during this TTRPG. Please sign here.
Yo, if you out here and you listening, just don't bite people without them giving you the okay, and don't just go around stroking people's ears. That's weird.
Maybe at least COVID's gonna put a slight damper on that. Hopefully.
I think people are going to be into some really weird shit once this is all done.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh yeah. Like after COVID, it's like
Yo.
and just speaking as an ambassador for all the guys out there, we're gonna need at least a month or two time period where y'all forgive us for weak stroke. It's been a while.
I was concerned for a second, and then I was like, "Oh no!"
Yeah.
Okay,
we're
that's
there.
funny.
There's gonna be at least a 2-month period. Look, I'm telling y'all, I'm looking at my pillow footy at this point.
Listen. I started religiously like looking at TikToks, and I found myself on King Talk. Like after this, I'm doomed. Like, oh my God, it's just been fucking kink memes and like fucking corpse husband for like recently, like
Oh,
just
God,
all
that's-
over the
Earlobe
place.
stroking anonymous. I have not stroked
Earlobe
earlobe in 2 months.
Woo!
What?
No.
What, Josh? What?
Swarmfing?
People are going to be into
Bending area behind people's knees? Is that a real thing, or did Josh make that up? I feel like Josh didn't make that up. How do
No.
you know this?
No, that's probably something.
I'm not gonna kink shame, but like, Sephi, I'm on King Talk 2 and I'm so sick of that damn Corpse Husband song. I actually think the song's really good. Like, his voice is really cool. I know he's a streamer and stuff, and like, after listening to that, I was like, oh God, I'm looking up this guy's age. Like,
Yeah,
this-
AJ, she's on
disturbing.
TikTok.
yeah.
Sorry.
But like, he's 23, so I feel less creepy about it. But the song is still, I like the song. Like, it's just satisfying sometimes to hear sonically like deep voiced people. Like, not necessarily in a sexual way, but like, well, I mean, kind of, because it's that song. But like, I don't know, it's soothing for some reason to me.
Yeah.
I don't think that's the intended effect of that song, but it is.
It just kind of hits you like in a part of your chest when someone's
Yeah.
talking to you in a deep voice. It's just like
Yeah.
strangely soothing and comforting.
You know what? Nuance hates, specifically when I talk as deep voice characters, especially if I'm doing an Irish accent. Nuance can't stand it. Nuance hates it. It drives Nuance crazy. And I'm just like, oh, does it bother you? Does it?
Oh, fuck.
Does it bother you? Because that means I'm gonna keep doing it.
Oh god, I just...
Yeah, my voice goes. I have a pretty decent vocal range, thankfully.
It's wild. That's what I was talking about with the voice acting bit. I'm like, how has nobody knocked on your door like, yo, we need you to like voice act for all the things.
I counted the other day, and like, I think I have something like 80 individual voices with variants that I can do.
You've got range.
Yeah, I think I've only used about 30 or so on the podcast thus far. But like, I mean, I have the advantage because, I taught myself to speak in a higher range, because hormones don't affect the voice post first puberty. And then like I had voice lessons for singing for a while, even though I was terrible. Starting to take voice lessons now, and they're finally sticking. So like, hopefully I'll be able to sing soon. But like, the one thing that I got out of them was how to manipulate my voice, and I didn't realize how much until I started doing the podcast. And it's been, I think it's a big draw is being able to do voices. Like a lot of the big groups, like you have Critical Role, Dimension 20, they all do voices for this stuff. And I really, I started learning to do voices when I started watching Dimension 20, because Brendan Lee Mulligan's fantastic at it. And I was like, I want to try doing this. I probably can't do it. But then I was like, oh wait, I can. So it's cool. And I like being able to do it. It's one of the good things for the podcast.
Yeah.
It
I
is
love
only
pulling
a
out the
matter
radio
of
host
time.
voice.
It is only a matter of time before we see you on Dimension 20. I'm putting that into the air right now.
That would be really. I would love that. But I don't know. I think. So I've met them at a live show. A few the main cast anyway. So like, I don't know. I feel like I've weirded them out.
I'm putting it into the ether. I want you.
I would love to be on Dimension 20. Like, I absolutely 100% would. I would kill for that.
I've had there's 3 people in chat that are saying that your voice is like just buttery smooth though. Like,
Yeah, everybody's thirsting on your voice right now.
right?
I mean, my speaking voice has gone through a number of changes. When I first started talking in female sounding, or a traditionally female sounding register, a femme register, for a couple of years, I really sounded like a valley girl. And like Manette's voice in the podcast, it's not quite this, it's a little bit more in the back of the throat, but like pretty close to like where I used to speak. And I sound like I'm on Clueless. And I sounded like this for years. And then I started taking, then I settled around to like right here, and that was cool. But then I started taking singing lessons again, and my singing teacher is a voice therapist as well, and teaches mainly trans clients. And she was like, "You don't need to strain your voice to do that. Let's lower your larynx." And so now I talk around here, and I am perfectly fine with that.
Like
Yeah.
I mean, it's you.
There's a
like
fourth buttery smooth in there.
Yeah, there's another one.
It's like when you make brown butter and chocolate chip cookies.
Oh my god,
That is the.
So you said singing lessons. So fantasy high musical win.
No comment.
Was it?
But
Bella, if Sephi sings well too, she'll be a siren and we'll all be drowning.
I mean, that's the goal, but I mean, I'm learning now. I had 6 years of voice lessons and I couldn't sing a lick. So now that I have a teacher that specializes in trans voice, it's getting there. We'll see. I think I can sing now, but I wouldn't call it the strongest voice in the world. Yeah, we'll see. We'll get there.
That's dope. That's dope.
But would you actually kill for that? Checks off box.
My voice has been so my voice was the most historic thing about me, and my singing voice in particular. Since I was like young, since I was like 6, I've hated my voice. A lot of that is also awfulness from my family, and people in high school telling me my voice could turn a cat inside out, not kill it, but turn it inside out.
Damn.
Yeah, that's something that was said to me. Like, compliments about my voice really mean a lot to me. Really mean a lot to me.
Yeah, well, you're gonna love chat right now because
there's nothing but that in chat right now.
Oh my goodness! Like
Our chat is so wholesome. Our chat is so wholesome. When they're not fighting noir.
Very kind. I could actually cry. Whenever someone compliments my speaking voice or my voice acting ability, I just like remember how bad it was, and like how bad, not necessarily my voice, but how bad like I was treated because of it. So like, it means a lot. You know?
Like, I mean, I really didn't know that you weren't actively trying to do voice acting, just because of how just perfect the voices for each individual character is, and it doesn't like you can tell when somebody's straining to like inhabit a character, and I think that's the most impressive bit is that each character is their own, and it doesn't feel like you're putting on a voice. It feels like you were just talking as the character, which is why like I was just, dude. I mean, really, I implore if there are any voice acting directors to like be knocking on your door because it's so good, like it's so good.
Yeah, because it's
I
not
mean,
just
if any knock on my door, I'd love to do more voice acting. So
yeah, it's not like just the fact that you can just do a voice, because it's also the fact that you embody the character when you do that voice.
I mean, like I never thought about like what your journey with your voice would be like. I mean, I've done some singing, like just as a musician, and like that journey of finding your voice it's a personal one, and it's a real one. Like, you know, I have a special spot in my heart for singing just in general, and finding people's stories about, you know, them finding their voice. I like for the longest time, I love a lot of rock and alternative and folk music, and that's the kind of music that I was playing around Chicago. And it took some time to be comfortable singing that stuff because, you know, again, childhood bullshit where it's just like, why are you trying to sing like a white boy and that kind of shit. And so it's just I appreciate hearing your vocal journey, because it's just like I feel like there's empowerment in having to go fuck whatever anybody thinks. This is how I'm choosing to express myself, and it is what it is. If you like it, great. If you don't, I ain't for you. Like that. So thank you for that story. Like I appreciate that.
that's so sweet. So like the one thing that I thought would be harder, but that I got over relatively quickly, is that like I was afraid that doing the lower voices, like the male voices, or the like just the deeper voices in general, would give me dysphoria. But I'm thankfully in a place in my transition where I can put on a male character and it doesn't bother me. Like it doesn't bother me to voice like, who are the male characters? There's like
Loxley. It doesn't bother me to sound like this. Like, I can handle it. It's fine.
or like Telebanes, or like, who's another male voice that I do? Oh, there's Celt. Celt is an Irish accent and is a mid tenor. What's another one? Or like, you know, Zalmiras, that's Kazi, is very disappointed in you. You know?
Sorry, I'm just fanning out right now.
You know, right now.
Hey, if you want to hear more voices, I got them. So,
Yeah, that's definitely
think-
something.
I think my favorite voice, which was also the hardest one for me to master, was Typhesia, who has a play on Jennifer Coolidge's voice. Oh, I sound like this, and everything that I do just sounds breathy and sexy. Want a cookie? My favorite voice to do, also the one that took the longest to learn. Thus far, I'm trying to get Scottish down, and it's very hard, and I can't do it yet.
Roman wants to make that voice their GPS.
Oh, take a left turn here. Oh no, wait, there's a stop sign ahead. Oh, red light. That means stop. Stop, you bad, bad person. Oh, you've been naughty.
I was just imagine hopping into an Uber with that being the light. I was like, I'm not ready for this.
What other voices? Oh, I could give you some examples of voices that haven't appeared in the podcast that I used for. So when I started Fast Times, I was running 4 games concurrently, including Fast Times, and now I'm only running Fast Times. So I have a lot of voices that were unique to other games, like that I haven't really utilized for Fast Times yet. Like there was Del Days. I am the ship captain of Magnus Lux, and I have a southern accent that's very low because I am a low-speaking woman. Like, or
I can
That
see the
made my heart
fan.
flutter.
yeah, like oh
You
god.
got chat going nuts, right?
It's like,
They're like, clip everything.
like wait,
Clip
like I know I'm bi, but oh my god, I'm so gay in this moment right now.
I'm thinking of using that voice in the Thirsty Sword lesbian thing on Monday. I also, there's a character that I will be guesting on Faeforge at some point.
Hey.
And the character that I can't give any influence, like I won't give it away the surprise. Actually, I can't do that. I can't do it. I was gonna do an example of the voice that I was thinking, but I can't do it. But what's another one? Oh, there's Cappy. Cappy sounds like this. Cappy is a 12-year-old looking eldritch horror from one of my offline games. And
That's terrifying.
I'm a little boy that has the power of the cosmos within me.
Nope.
Or there's like my robot voices, which haven't come up yet. I
Aw.
have two. There's hello, I am Guide. I am here to help you through the library. Please wait while I assist you. Buffering. 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 Or
How
hello.
are you not voice acting right now? Like that.
Hello, I am a robot.
This is just your real.
Blah blah blah. I don't have a demo. I really should think about doing a demo reel.
You really should.
I 100% agree that you should do a demo reel.
There's no way you don't get picked up, and then you get put in all the stuff, and oh my god.
Oh, do you want to hear? Do you want to hear a voice that got rejected? I auditioned for like a guest spot on a podcast, and it got rejected. This is a male voice. This one's fun. I haven't used this anywhere yet. Okay, hold on. This one's hard. Hello, I am Wes. I'm from the deep, deep south, and I'm here to cause problems and drink beer. And that's it. I got nothing else for you. Nothing else to offer whatsoever. You're real funny. It's cute. I like that.
Just watching Anita melt over.
I'm just having a meltdown right now. I'm sorry.
But yeah, no, it's a lot of fun doing characters and stuff. So
It's like the breakfast ASMR last week and this week is just COVID's doing some strange things to me.
it's so much fun just in being able to embody different characters. It's a lot of fun. I also I had a bit of a, crisis where I was like, I am trying to make my cast of NPCs as diverse and inclusive as possible. And it's like,
Right.
if I play and voice these characters, it's a problem. And it's like, there's really no choice when you're a DM if you want to go that route because you're the one person doing it. So I sort of balance that out by it's either the alternative is not having it at all, which I think is worse. So hold on, Anor. I constantly put out to you that I envision the day where myself, Sephi, and Josija are working on. Oh my god. I'd love that. I'd love to work with Anor, and Josija is just a really cool person.
Yeah, but also
talk about people.
Demo reel.
Yeah. Talk about people I would love to have as a guest on Fast Times. Josija is high up there.
Oh. It's like we're all gonna die of thirst. I need to do this.
Alright, so bring me into Josija, because I don't know.
The voice of Claude in Three Houses, also the voice of... oh god, I think he voiced someone in Star Fox. He's a growing popularity.
Okay, I've seen this person around.
Yeah, he's also involved with TTRPG stuff. He runs his own game on his YouTube channel.
Neat.
Oh,
so
snap.
yeah, no, he's a cool person. Most of the cast of Three Houses is awesome, actually. They did a lot of promotional stuff with the visible faces of the voice actors, and it was just really cool, because I've never seen a game do that, with as much emphasis before. So
All right, we need to make that happen. Somebody reach out to Josisha. Make it happen.
It's like we're all gonna die of thirst, but what a way to go.
Wow. Well, that is what the water elemental is there to help with the thirsty
People.
Do
I
you-
need
do
an
you want-
exclamation mark cigarette for chat.
do you want one last voice? Do you
Okay.
want my femme fatale voice? Do you want if you
Please.
want to die of thirst?
Chat,
hold
do
on.
you want the film? No, I'm just kidding. Fuck
No.
them.
I
Yes,
have a
we
fear.
want the
Let's see. Oh, he was in Trails of Cold. Was he really? Because I love that series. Anyway, hold on. So, what do you want to do about it? Do you want to play this game with me, or do you want to forfeit? I don't really think you can keep up with me, but I'd love to see you try, darling.
My
Hi, Brooke Anita!
My co-host has been murdered.
And I matched the background now. Thank you for
Oh
that.
my god.
Okay, hi.
Hi.
I
Oh, wait, I mean-
want to play the game.
Hi. Is something wrong, Anita?
Seven, no.
Is there a problem that I can assist with?
Hi.
I'd be happy to help.
It's like that's why I like your tweets and move on because I'm just like this too hot for me. I can't.
You show your face to the camera. You look us in our eyes, Anita.
Noir, are you immune to the voice too?
It's not so good when it's on you, hey.
Tell me, Noir, have you been a bad boy? Tell me all about it. I'd love to hear it.
No, you point it at Anita again.
It's weird because that voice is so close to being Kim Kardashian, which is like, hi, I'm Kim K. I loves it. Real good vibes, you guys. Like, oh my god.
See, that
just
does
like
nothing
totally.
for me though.
I know, right? Like, it's a very easy one to emulate though. Like, Kim K's voice is one I pull out quite a bit. Still working on Paris Hilton, but I'll get there eventually. They're just fun
There's
voices.
not a command for Noir bad boy.
Oh my god,
cat
my
is
giggle laugh is gonna be
wilding.
all over the fucking internet. My brand is ruined. Ah!
And D is right. You know where I should hang out with Sappy Moore. I'm telling you, y'all.
Oh, you want to
y'all
hang
would-
out with me? I'm sure we can make that happen.
Yeah. We can't. You know what? I changed my mind. Seffi and D together would be too
There-
powerful.
Oh, have you heard Dee's cowboy voice though?
Yes, I have, and it's a fucking problem.
It is a problem. Dee was in a one shot with me and Kent Weebs and Madame Gandalf of Scraticus. And it was the horniest one shot that I've ever been a part of. There was dinosaurs involved and cowboys. And Dee did this cowboy voice for Jeremus Dust. And that voice did things to me. That voice definitely elicited the same kind of reaction.
Okay, D, is your screen name the same on Twitter? Because I feel like I need to follow you now.
It's the Riddler on Twitter.
If I'm not already following you. It's the Riddler.
Uh,
Oh, I am following you. Oh, wait, I recognize this. I know who you are. Okay, hi. Sometimes I get like,
Yeah.
So sometimes I get a lot of confusion because I memorize people's like tagline name instead of their actual like username, and like I get confused. So you were in my head as it's the boy. Like it's terrible when people change it. I'm just like, who are you?
yeah.
Are you a stranger?
It's like
I
object
don't
permanence.
know you. Yeah, like, which I already don't. I'm not great with because I have severe ADHD. Like,
It was it's like, yeah, Dee asked if they could mount me because I was playing a dinosaur in this one shot.
hold on, now I want to do it. Hold on. Wait, do I have consent to do this?
Yeah, you have consent. You've got carte blanche.
Hey, Anita. It's okay if I ride you.
Yep, there it is.
Straight off into the dawn.
So welcome
like
to
it when
Morning
you're
Ritual.
flustered.
My host is gone now.
I'm just dead. I have died. I am deceased. This is my ghost speaking to you from the great beyond. Hi.
This was actually,
episode was gonna be lit.
I was sad that I didn't get to do any of my voices on the Critter Hug feature because I wanted to, but it was only a 10-minute interview, so this is a lot of fun.
I would die to run Hot Librarians again for this crowd. Oh, Hot Librarians is a...
Ooh, there's something called Hot Librarians. Ooh, hit me the fuck up.
Bella staring off to the distance. I'm ace. I'm ace. I'm ace. I'm ace. Just rocking in your chair. That one shot does still exist out there. The Hot Librarians one shot. Was that on, that was on Encounter, wasn't it? Or was it on another channel, Anna?
You know, I think a Hot Librarians episode of System Shock would be pretty dope.
I mean,
You're late returning your library card. Are you ready for your punishment?
Oh God. I forgot librarians.
It's quiet
was
at all
my
times
thing.
in the library. This ball gag will help you with that.
I wasn't ready.
one shot on critical. This is Hot Librarians. Okay. F's in chat because I am dead.
God damn it, I can't. Sometimes I can keep the giggle out, I just can't right now.
Somebody's got to think a compilation
librarian
of the
paddle.
giggle.
People should expect me to have like an evil villainous lab, and like I do, but only when I'm trying.
Oh my God.
Your books are 2 weeks overdue.
Jesus Christ, I need to know.
Hi.
Ooh, I want this to happen. That was so good. That was so good. Oh my God.
If I put effort in, I can make my voice sound a lot less nasally than it is.
Oh my goodness.
Just takes a
gracious,
little
what
bit
the
of
fuck is
concerted
going on?
And I have power when I
Marge,
do the
do
look
you
over
need
the
a
glasses.
moment? Do you need a moment?
I might be
Personal
alone.
time.
I mean, do you need
Do I have my glasses near me?
Put in the
If I
quiet
don't, I'll be
space
very
more?
upset.
You better not put on glasses.
I don't.
You better not.
It's a game among friends.
I don't have glasses.
Oh god, yeah,
I
yeah,
have my
here we go.
sunglasses.
No, no.
Oh. Oh, this actually goes with the outfit. So, Noir, what have we told you about making noise in the library? All it does is get our attention.
He's done. He's done. Now we're
But
both
you know
dead.
what? I think that you'll find yourself too tied up soon to make a sound at all. How's that sound?
Stop, stop, he's
Did
already
I say
dead.
you could speak? Oh, you must have me mistaken for someone else. I require utter silence. Oh, this makes me want to work on my Bayonetta voice.
I didn't sign up for this.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
Dee's
Now we
upset,
want
yeah.
Noir's sexy librarian voice. I think.
Oh,
is what
God, do
Chad
it,
is
do it, do
requesting
it.
here.
My voice is almost gone from being sick. I don't know if I can do. I don't have a sexy.
That should
voice.
make it easier. Oh god, the one thing I don't like is that these throw off the white balance, so now it looks like I don't have a nose, but whatever.
Here. What is it? It's like 5,000. Oh, Hot Librarians one shot, 1,000 bits per late book, 5,000 bits for the paddle. Oh, I just choked a little.
I can't help it.
5,000 bits for the Switch.
I can't help but notice that you've walked.
This
in
stream today. This stream today.
and you don't have your books.
The first half of this stream is like very well structured.
You're laughing too much to keep it straight.
I
aren't
can't
you?
do it. I can't.
I believe in you.
When are
do
you going
anything.
to return those books? The late fees are getting quite obnoxious. I can't be sexy. I'm not a sexy
That's
dude.
good. That's
You
good.
can do
That's
it. I
good.
believe in you. I believe in you.
I can do breakfast, but that's about it.
The sexy breakfast from last week. I think I need to make an extended clip of that.
No, you don't.
Sexy breakfast? Someone want to explain this to me? 'Cause
So last week, Bree was on the show, and we were talking about, we got into food quite a bit at the end of the show.
I can make the shit out of some breakfast. And I was just
Noir was going
about it.
over what he would make for breakfast, and was doing it in quite a sexy voice, and Chat was having a meltdown.
See, I know you can do it. You just feel awkward. you gotta chill out, release your larynx, and let things get all saucy.
See, I don't feel sexy as a librarian, but with fucking breakfast, just because I'm so good at making it, like, you motherfuckers ain't ready for the crepes that I could put together. These motherfuckers are so light and fluffy. I
There
just
you
take
go.
some fruit, roll them in, and put some whipped cream on top. Do you like bacon? Because I'll make you some bacon. You like it cooked real deep, where the meat is dark and hard and crispy, because I can do that for you. And I can make you some eggs. How do you like your eggs handled?
I like them however you want them.
There we go.
Scrambled, baby.
Yeah, Bree was having a meltdown over that last week.
I know
love
why.
making
I know
breakfast.
Brie pretty well. I can understand why. Holy shit. Woo. Okay.
Mario,
Wow, even the
I
cars
don't
outside
think
really
you
like you,
stop it.
apparently.
Bree just
Why will consensually kiss you on the mouth, stop it. Oh my gosh.
I like how the first half of the show was like really like very, straight-laced, by the books, interview standard questions. The last
do
half of the
anything
show is
straight-laced.
generally where we go off the rails. Unless Bright Dystopia is on, because that entire show was off the rails.
Oh, I love Bright Dystopia.
Chris is such a good
Josh
dude.
Josh introduced me to pronouns. Actually, don't know.
He, they.
Bright as he him.
He, them?
Oh
Okay.
wait,
Them.
He, they.
bright as he they?
Mhm.
Oh, I'm sorry, buddy. Here, let me. I actually have a sticky note.
It's a good way to do it.
My friends on there that I update, and I've been trying to use for my friends that have they. I've been trying to make sure that I use it in a good amount. So if I don't, if you have they and I haven't been using they enough, check me, because we're trying to be better.
That's very
Bella
good. That's a good
chanting
way to
for
handle
us.
it.
Oh, we've got some Bright Vengeance in chat.
Yeah, right, Vinty.
I think we're gonna break a lot of. Oh yeah, Dee, you're gonna get on the show. I think after I'm done with, because after this I've got a session 0 one shot with some wonderful people. Not streamed, but just sort of a 5 or 6 shot game. After I'm done with that, I'm gonna start putting together the guest list for November, December for Morning Ritual, and I think we're gonna include Dee and Anorian and a couple other wonderful people that I know and I love. And I know Anna was on the list too, and I think we're gonna bring Anna on board or Namiria streams.
Oh, cool.
So we're excited.
Yeah, but we absolutely cannot have Bella on. That's my one rule. I don't want Bella anywhere near the show.
You had Bella as the first guest on your show. Come on.
I know, I'm just fucking her.
I know.
Oh, goodness gracious.
Now that I've
Okay.
recomposed myself,
I know, right? We're just like, okay, we're hosts. We can do this.
yeah, we're professionals.
Purge the horny. Purge the horny.
Honey, I'm here. There's no way to purge that.
Bury it deep.
It is what it is. You
Oh,
got to
bury
be
it deep?
sweetie.
Bury it deep, Noir. What would you like
I'll
to bury
bury it
deep?
deep.
What exactly would you like to bury deep, Noir?
And where?
And where?
Come on, baby. You can do it.
Mistakes were made.
You can never purge the horny.
Purge the horny. New t-shirt.
I know, right?
Purge the horny.
Purge the horny. Like, it would be so good.
Purge the horny, and then underneath in tiny letters, bury it deep.
I mean, I can't, as a pure Christian, wholesome woman, I would never wear that shirt, but it applies to you.
Yeah, you do you.
I'm a little angel. I don't know why anyone thinks I'm horny on me.
No. It's like D always says, I am a good Christian soul. Never even had an impure thought.
Together. I was this close to having my shit together.
You were this close. And we drug you right back down.
Oh no, the horny!
I'm just saying his grapefruit purchase rate has tripled. Oh my god, Honor.
Oh
no! Wait, I'm just saying the last two levels.
You get that reference, right?
I do. I get that reference.
I don't get it. What is?
I get that. Oh god.
Oh god.
Yeah, I get that reference.
Should we explain it to Noir?
I mean, I love grapefruit.
Is it better that we link the video to Noir in a private chat?
Oh, 1 second. I bet you like grapefruit. I bet you like it so much. The flesh is so sweet and juicy.
Y'all are not about to put.
We'll show you later.
My favorite fruit. Please don't.
Well, we know why it's your favorite fruit.
Oh my fucking god!
If this is, you know what? I'm googling grapefruit right now. Like,
don't.
Wait till after the stream. Wait till after the stream.
Josh, you are a bad person, and I adore you.
You're a horrible person, Josh.
You're a horrible person, but you're the best.
Steffi, okay, we need to have a conversation, says D.
D, I'm sorry. Is something wrong? Do you need help from me? Because I can provide that.
Let's see.
Okay. D is probably just like, is this how I behave around people?
Wow, are you judging me? Wow, the judgment. The tarot card judgment here. All right, muggerfucker.
I'm very confused because I just googled grapefruit horny and all I got was the 20 superfoods that are guaranteed to make you better in bed.
Nope.
That's not it.
Does grape juice make you horny?
Nope.
7 foods that make you horny.
Try grapefruit job.
Grapefruit job. There's a angel grapefruit technique full video.
Yeah,
that would be it.
That'd be the one.
She's back with a grapefruit. Okay. Auntie Angel grapefruit.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're probably getting to the porn of it.
Yeah.
It's on YouTube, whatever this is, so it can't be porn. Like, I don't...
Not necessarily.
Oh, God.
Wait, what?
Watch after the stream. Watch after the stream. Watch after the stream.
Yeah, watch after the stream. Watch after, please.
Okay.
Nor, we do need to be on a stream together. We really, really do. Because I will have so much fun just breaking you.
Just over and over again.
Oh my god! I'm fucking not lying!
Why? We told you to watch it after!
I just fast forward a little bit. I was like, what can one do with a grapefruit? What the fuck? What the fuck? What the fuck? What? People out there doing that? I'm 33 years old. Not one time.
It came out a few years ago.
Yeah.
Apparently, the flesh of the grapefruit provides a very stimulating experience.
That's a waste of a grapefruit. They're so good.
I mean, I've had friends do it. Apparently, it works. Grapefruit is tasty, though. Actions have consequences.
Make bad choices.
Oh, Chaotic Story asked, what's my next project? I mean, Fast Times is ongoing, but the next thing that I'm on is the Thirsty Sword Lesbian Twitch thing that I can never remember where it is and what's going on. It's hosted by Little Red Dot.
Oh, nice.
And it is on October 19th at 6 p.m. Eastern. On North by North. Oh, it's a podcast. And a live stream?
Oh, maybe it's a live stream that goes to a podcast later.
Maybe. Evil Hat
Mistakes were
Productions?
made. Yeah, there's a clip of that now. Thank you.
Yeah.
Bless you, G.
Yeah. Mistakes were made. But yeah, after that, I have something with Noir coming up with Bree. That's exciting. And not too much else as far as stream stuff goes. I really need to get my Twitch sorted out and get a schedule so I can like game on here, because it's literally the only way I can force myself to play video games now. Because it used to be a daily activity for me, and now in the last year, I have. And it's been really sad. But yeah, that's basically what I'm working on. Fast Times, gonna be on a possible live stream, and other stuff.
Nice. I think. Are we gonna start winding down to wrap it here? You think, or do you have any more questions, Nor?
I have no idea. That was just someone that asked the question. So
I'm sorry, I'm still processing a whole
That's
lot right now.
You're just processing.
Like,
lo and behold, everyone, you saw it here. Noir gained a new fetish.
I don't
On
know
this
how
day.
I feel about what the fuck I just went.
So if it's a weird time,
It's
we're
a
all
weird
kinky
time.
now.
We're saying. Excited for you to stream Persona 4 Golden again.
Yeah, I really want to get back to that. I also want to stream Dragon Age Origins at some point as soon as I can get the fucking mods to work. But yeah, I definitely want to stream more Persona 4. I wish I could stream Persona 5 because it's my favorite, but I do adore Persona 4.
Why are we just
More
throwing
fetish
commands in
command?
chat?
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god.
Oh my
Yo,
god! Why did
Hold
I
on,
read
hold
that
on.
in Nor's voice?
Hold on. Yo, that grapefruit look, damn it. Yo, that grapefruit looking kinda thick though. Like, just really fucking thick.
Jokes may have been critical, but it sure didn't miss. A.
Hey.
I just have so many questions. How?
Do you need diagrams?
No, like, how does like it's the same question, like, who's the first motherfucker that made milk? Like, it's just like, who
Oh no, there is an actual person who created this. She has a YouTube channel.
But,
She's a
like,
sex therapist.
she was just, like, looking at a grapefruit one day, just like, I got it.
Hey, I mean,
And why a grapefruit? Why not an orange?
Probably bigger
probably the
base.
size?
Yeah.
Anyway,
So anyway, ooh, cha.
He left a present for me in my Discord DMs, D. What'd you do? There's a sample of Dee's cowboy voice in my Discord DMs.
Oh my God, that's
Why would
great.
you do that to me?
I approve.
So
Noir's lost faith in humanity.
We've broken Noir.
Yeah. It's not hard, though.
I think it's a good way to spend a morning.
Yeah, I'm here for this.
Mm-hmm.
I got broken several times, but I reconstituted myself. Stronger each time.
Why didn't I listen?
Harder, better, faster, stronger.
Why am I like this?
It was.
You're just a precious bean.
This is exactly how I was when I brought home Batgirl. Like, just with the fucking roller tools and shit. Like, I can't stop getting.
Okay, I'm gonna need some context for
Yeah.
this.
Here we go.
Yeah,
Bring the story
okay.
into focus here.
Okay.
We have lore
well-
on this show.
Okay, I'm sorry. I'm gonna get myself together. I promise. All right. So aren't you glad I didn't say banana? I'm sorry.
Bananarama.
Okay.
He's broke. He's broken. There's no recovery.
I mean, the grapefruit definitely said banana, though.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm okay. I'm alright. So
I wonder if there's anyone out there that needs to use like a honeydew melon or something.
Oh. Might be a little difficult. That one's kind of, unless you get like a really unripe one.
I thought you were supposed to cut a hole in it.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, that's fair. D said in the chat that it's only an 8-second clip, but how bad could it be? D, that's how long you need to stay on a fucking Bronco for.
I'll never not hear those sounds. It's just in my ear now.
It's forever.
Like I didn't think a human being could make that noise.
Well, we're all getting educated today on critical missive.
Yeah. Well, there's a reason this is an 18+ stream.
Yeah. I've learned that I can break both of you with my voice. Noir learned grapefruit, new tactics.
Yeah.
Anita learned that they can be broken.
I've learned that I can be broken. I've learned that I can be broken, but I can reconstitute myself.
Yes.
I can put myself back together. All right, I'm good. I'm back, baby. Woo! All right.
The more you know.
All right. So I went on a date with this young lady that I met on Tinder. We got along just fine with the dinner. Then decided to go back to her place. And like as soon as we got back to her place, she turned very aggressive. we started getting together, and then she pulled out a toolkit, a fucking toolkit. Just of
Not
everything.
a complete one if it didn't include a grapefruit, clearly.
Jesus fucking Christ. She had like rows of lube and just like things I've never seen before. And there's fucking plastic.
Plastic got laid down.
It looked like Dexter. It looked like the Dexter kill room. I was like, I don't know if I can handle this.
Did you do it anyway?
No, I ran. I was a wuss. I can't. I know my limits. I can't. I talk wild brazy. I talk wild brazy.
I guess you two didn't make a good pair.
Hey. Bye, Michael Wayne. Have a good one. Enjoy your
Bye,
your time on
Michael.
Raven's
Oh my god! I didn't think today's episode was gonna be like this.
Not like this. Not like this.
I still got it paused. I need to move the screen. I think that's what it is.
Hey, Anita, I think this man needs to go.
All right. Do you want to be my co-host now?
Mango. Sorry, I was trying to make a mango pun. It didn't work.
Oh.
So that's how easy it is to replace me.
You threw it at me.
I mean,
and
I'm
just
getting a
didn't
new
catch it.
opportunity, Noir. Shush. Anyway, I'm available. You know, I'm always working. I'm always open for gigs.
So I did have questions. So I want to know if you felt the effect of the old Mercer bump after Cradle Hug.
Oh yeah, like how could I not? I think like I got like 2,000 followers after that, and the podcast went up over 1,000. We broke 10,000 listens in like the week after. Like we got a huge boost from Matt Mercer, and I'm very grateful for that. I will say that I think it probably would have been bigger if I weren't trans. Not because of Matt and not because of Critical Role itself, but because there are some Critical Role fans that are very traditional D&D players. So like I think what I got was incredible, and I'm so happy. I'm not complaining about that. But I did wonder like how many people were like just like no, because I did get some hate from that.
That was gonna be my next question.
I did get this, the fucking negative Nancy's did show up quite a bit more after that. But generally it was really just overall a good experience.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, is like that kind of bump terrifying? Like, it's just.
I mean, no. Like, I was like a little nervous before, but talking to people is talking to people. I think that, you know, there's like, with everyone, there's like what your public facing is, and then like who you actually are. And like, Matt just seems so earnest and stuff. So he was very easy to talk to. Very, very easy to talk to. So was Mika. Like, yeah.
I love Mika.
Yeah, it's like it was very comfortable and easy to communicate with them. And like, I think one of the things that, you know, people get wrong in these sort of situations when they happen is, you know, getting overly nervous or freaking out, because I have anxiety, but like talking to people that have like a public face doesn't bother me, because I know they're still people, like
Right.
regardless of who they are. And like, I knew that talking to Matt wouldn't be a big deal. That said, I have it's taken a little while to get there. There are a few people that are popular in the TTRPG community that I have met and have been a little awkward with. So that was a long time coming. But no, it was overall just great. Matt's great, and
I don't know.
pretty. So like, Critical Role gets some criticism, but Matt's pretty aware of it. Like, that was made very clear to me in the conversation that we had before and after the stream. So yeah.
That's dope. Like, I mean, for me, more than anything, that what I was interested in was just seeing how the day ones would react to your day one fans would react to the new infusion of fans. Like, I was kind of curious, like, have you noticed any, like, I don't know, like, I guess what I'm trying to ask is, like, have you noticed your fan base changing in just how they support you now?
No, actually. Pretty much everyone that's joined on and is in the Discord, Pastimes has a Discord if anyone didn't know, have been really great. No, I mean, eventually, yeah, as a podcast gets bigger, there's no way to escape negative attention, especially since, you know, I am queer and I am Black. And so everyone else is either queer or non-white or both on the podcast, which we don't tend to focus on because we're making art and that's just a part of it, because it's part of who we are. Like, it's not necessarily like, yeah, I have a focus on inclusivity, but like, it's like just part of the whole. It's not the main goal, you know, or the only thing about it. It's just normal. But like, the fan base has grown and has been really cool. And like, I mean, I said that, you know, Critical Role fans can tend to be traditional, but they also have a huge queer fan base, and I think that a lot of those were the ones that latched on to us. Nice. Like, I mean, like, looking at Critical Role itself, like, there's been a lot of queer representation among the PCs and stuff. Like, maybe not the players themselves, but at least there. And I think that a lot of the people that identified with that have come pretty strongly into the Fast Times fandom.
Nice.
Well, that's always nice. I think about that when I'm building a base, is that I want to be inclusive and I want to make sure that I have different voices heard and represented, but I don't want that to be the focus.
Yeah, it's complicated because, like, you can always tell when people are forcing it. Like, it like, not necessarily that it's a bad thing to force it, but like, when you can tell that it's not a genuine thing that they feel tied to, they're just doing it because it's popular, you can tell. You can always tell. It's so disingenuous, which is why it's important to include disparate voices, because like, they'll still take that and work it the way that they need to make it effective. But more than that, it's just like, you actually have to buy into this stuff. Like, you can't just half-ass it. It's very obvious when you half-ass it. it's been very obvious with several parts of the TTRPG community that talk the game but don't play it, essentially, as far as inclusivity goes. And like, I think what unites a lot of people who are minorities or in the disparate, like, marginalized communities that we have, I think, is just a desire to be treated as the norm, just to be accepted, and like to have places where it doesn't necessarily, like, it's not necessarily main focus, but you're still welcome. Because so often when you're a Black streamer or TTRPG person, like, you are being brought on to something because you are a Black person. Yeah. And it's like the same thing with being queer. Well, not the same thing. Don't get me on that. Like, that's something that I do not touch that comparison.
No.
But like, it's a similar thing with queer people getting put on, like almost like diversity hiring. It's like when you're a corporation, like, you have to deal with that disingenuous stuff. But like, in this type of thing where it's like people and personal stuff, like, why aren't you just considering us as part of the norm? Why is it specifically because we have to be Black people to get on your streams, because you want some more visibility of diversity so you can get more fans? Like, fuck you.
I mean, I find personally that I've experienced that there are two levels of that. And I think one is slightly more acceptable, and the other one is just absolutely not. Which is, I find that there are some people who are running things that are trying to learn how to do inclusion, and they're awkward at it because they've never done it before, which isn't great, but they're trying to genuinely figure out how to fix that. And then there are the people that are trying to add inclusion to avoid catching hell, and because that'll get more eyes on us. One of my very first, that's broad enough to not nail it down. One of my very first stream games was very much in the we need a Black guy to have a Black guy type games, and I wasn't allowed to really be in the game. I was just there to be Black. So I'm like, yeah, it sucks. It sucks.
Yeah, I I have turned down streams because I got the hint that that was what I was there for. And like, the part of me, there's also the fact that, like, I sometimes have a hard time with those things. Like, sometimes it's just you want to take it for the visibility. Like, I get that. A lot of people need to do that. Otherwise, people would never see Black streamers or whatever. But I always have and I've turned down gigs because of this, because of, like, I know what my appearance is, and I know that I am like Hollywood's idea of what a Black person should look like, which is bullshit. So I know that by taking those, I know why they're picking me, And I also know that the trans thing plays into it a bit too. So like, when I get a feeling for that, usually I'm like, no. Unless there's something really meaningful behind why I'm doing it, or like other people that are involved that make it less so, I'm not gonna do it, because like, not only is like, does it feel cheap, but on the top of that, it's like, my presence does less than someone darker skinned on this. Like, if you are going to do this, I want the eyes to be on someone who's dark skinned and Black rather than me, because I know what will have the bigger impact, Like, yeah, I might fit your inclusivity or diversity paradigm, but I also am aware enough to know, like, there's only so much I can do with visual representation, because I am, whatever, non-Black passing. Like, it's a lot of ridiculous stuff. And but I do agree there are two ways of looking at it. There are people that are genuinely trying, and it's hard to learn this stuff. It's not easy. Like,
I mean, it's a lot of difficult conversations that I think people can walk into not realizing exactly how difficult these talks are going to get. You know, and that's why, again, I am very hopeful with the representation that we have in this space, because the people that we have aren't just taking the high profile seats, but they're also having these discussions and open, like, this was a huge part of the conversation that we had last week with Bree, which is making sure that we leave the door open behind us.
Exactly. Definitely.
Because the key is everybody eats. And so, like, I look to you and I see somebody that's very much not in the mindset or the spirit of, I'm gonna get mine, fuck everybody else. And that is what I'm excited about and hopeful about, because, you know, again, it's, you know, it's easy to be casted for your tags, you know, black, you know, for you, black, trans, and it's just like, it's very, they've got to see the person under that as well, and some people just don't. And I see that the projects that you take and the things that you create are you as a whole person. And I believe that what that does is, when people see what you create, they see beyond the tags, and that opens the door up for other people. And I'm hoping that that's what I do for other Black folks too. So it's just like, I'm very excited.
Anna brought up a good thing in chat. It says it's like, have people on streams that aren't just about what's it like to be identity in gaming.
Oh my god, I'm so sick. Like, to a certain point, like, I mean, it's necessary. Like, there's like, you know, like, back when the protests first started for Black Lives Matter, Noir and I both were on streams talking about, like, Black experience, right? And it's necessary. But there's, like, we are whole people. We have other things to offer. We don't just need to talk about diversity and inclusion and why you should give a fuck about people that look different than you. Like, let us do the fun fucking panels or some shit. Like, because, like, we don't get to do that shit.
Break hosts and melt them down over voices.
Yeah, like, it's just, and going off of what Noir said, like, opening doors for other people, like, that's one of the reasons why I'm not good about it. But when I do shout out people, I try to make sure that it's, like, people I know who are somehow marginalized and are talented, and they're, like, people that I, like, respect, and I give them shout outs because, like, they need the focus. And, like, sometimes it's people that are bigger than me, and I'm just like, you deserve more. And maybe my fucking fan base is just different than yours, that I can get you some visuals, because, like Latia Jackies,
Latia.
Yeah. They. So they have more followers than me, but I noticed that they were, like, just behind a big milestone. I was like, follow this person. Follow them. Like,
Latia is so good. Latia was on the show.
Yeah.
Or, like, second or third episode? Third episode.
Latia ain't that great.
Like, it's just...
We've also known her since, like, elementary school, so.
I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
We
my
grew up
god, that's
together.
so cool. Yeah, no, like, people like that, it's just like, you know, whatever little thing I can do, I will do. And that's one of the things that I'm trying to keep in mind with guests, because, like, I'm, like, it's either going to be people who are marginalized or people who are advocates for marginalized people. And I mean, like, actual advocates. Like, you're going to have proved it to me that you are what you stand for, to get on the show, like, when I do guests. And, like, I refuse to run anything that is, you know, like, I cannot be the only marginalized person in a game. I can't. I refuse. Like, yeah, there's some stuff around across the spectrum, and I would prefer to, you know, have more racial minorities than anything, but at the bare minimum, I will not be the only minority, period. I refuse that.
I mean, there is a checklist that I have in my head where I kind of rate channels and projects and teams and whatnot. And I found that one of the bars that I had established, very few people have met, which is, and and I'm not saying this just to be nice to you, Anita, or just because we're on this channel, but we actually had a game on this channel where it was me, AJ, and D playing a game that Anita was running. 3 black dudes. Nobody made mention of the fact that the cast was majority black. It just we just got to be players, and it wasn't until like a week after that I was just like, that was something that I know for sure another channel would have been like, hey, look what we just did. Like it was natural, and you know I don't.
For me, it's just a game with my friends.
But I mean, and that's
I know, but for you, it obviously means so much more.
That I just get to be a friend, and not
my best friend,
and not just a black guy at the table. Like that.
It's a big deal.
It's relieving to be able to exist without that reminder, even if it's just 2 hours.
Yeah, like the escapism that you get from the fantasy worlds that you occupy, like there's usually that counterbalance of like, I know why I'm here. So like not having that and not having that worry is a big deal.
When it came to having a co-host on this show, because I had put out the tweet about it and said who would be interested in coming on, I actually ended up not going with any of the people that had offered. I just asked Noir because he fulfilled 2 requirements for me. 1, I know that I can talk to him for about 3 hours, and 2, he's my friend. Those were my 2 requirements.
What they mean is that he can talk for 2 hours and not shut the fuck up.
You know, it's a weird balancing act with things like this, because, you know, I get why people take these jobs, and like even I might take them in the future, but like you need to, like, that visibility is worth a lot, but the other time it's like you got to do more work, buddy, you know, like,
yeah.
And it's not, it can be hard to wrap your brain around this, I guess, but you need to know that like not already understanding it is a place of privilege, like a unique place of privilege that not everyone has.
Yeah, it's.
So.
I definitely know that there is work that I need to do, because being queer does not erase my whiteness.
Yep.
So I'm always open to listen, and I'm always open to try and learn. That's kind of the position that I go for with everything that I do, is that I'm always willing to be corrected or checked if I need to be.
That is a conversation that I think is one that needs to be had, and one that I have no place in, which is the queer community and the black community. When we work in tandem, it's beautiful, but I have seen times where it gets,
oh boy, that's a conversation for its own stream.
Yeah,
That
I'm
has so many
a whole other
complicated
podcast.
layers.
I'm a cis dude,
geez.
so I have no place in that. That's the black queer community and the queer community.
No, you do have a place in it because you're still black, and this is a conversation. Like a lot of the things that affect that, there's a lot of things on both sides. There is, you know, anti-black tendencies on the queer side that is visible through like queer representation in movies, in fucking safe spaces for queer people. Like there's a lot of misogyny and even more racism that happens in the queer community. And on the other side, you have religious tendencies in the black community to hate homosexuals and like people who are different. And like that it's also complicated by, you know, the idea of machismo that is also in the black community, which is a word taken from the Latin community, but there's a lot of crossover there because a lot of these communities, you know, commingle. There's a lot
it's
to
a sticky
this conversation.
It's messy.
I could write an entire series of research papers on this, but yeah, it's a problem. I would say that, like, as someone who is part of both communities, I think it depends on where you are, but most of the time, queer racism is a lot more prevalent. Depends on where you are and like what time it is or whatever, but like there's a lot of issues in the queer community with race, and I tolerate none of it. So,
Well, especially since a lot of queer slang is just taken from AAV.
yep. Well, here's the thing too. There's also a complicated history there, which is that like there is AAVE, and then there's specifically queer
AVE.
AAVE, which comes a lot from Brooklyn, the Bronx, from the queer ballroom scene, which was a safe space. And yeah, there were white people. These were terms created by black people and black trans women, and mostly black trans women and black gay men, and the Latinx community as well. But like a lot of that was shared with certain people of the white community that showed up there because it was a safe space, and that's one of the ways it came out. But the real problem was when mass media and stuff like RuPaul's Drag Race started getting popularity, a lot of that stuff started getting stolen. There are issues in the black community where a lot of black women believe that a lot of these terms that are actually queer based were created by them, and then there's tension there. And there are terms that were created just by black women that get used by the queer community, and yeah, that's also a problem. And also there's white people, white gay men, like, I have a sassy black woman. And there's so much.
There's so much to unpack.
I just found out that RuPaul was problematic.
RuPaul's a problem. I love Drag Race because there's one thing you can't escape with Drag Race. It has one of the most diverse casts every season. There is extreme favoritism towards white queens. RuPaul's misogynist and part of the fracking business. But like, I don't stop watching it because I want to support those people. So,
Wait, what?
Oh, you didn't know that RuPaul fracks?
RuPaul's frack. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
like
there's a
destroying the earth fracking.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
They have property.
Yep.
Where is it? Somewhere.
I don't know.
And yeah, they use it for fracking.
Yep.
I feel wow.
RuPaul's a mess. Let's go with that. It's hard because like he's the most visible black queer icon, really realistically, as far as like the drag scene goes, and as far as like drag queer representation goes. But you also have to keep in mind that this is a wealthy man who got to his place not like necessarily uplifting a lot of people. He did uplift quite a few people. Like, I don't want to downplay the good things people have done because of the bad, but there's a lot of bad, and he doesn't own it. And there's a lot of hatred of trans women in particular that comes up, and
yeah.
But drag itself, I adore drag, and I know a lot of trans people don't because they think it's a parody of us, but it's it's performance. It's a different type of thing, and a lot of drag communities are the first place trans people feel comfortable with themselves, especially in the past. So, and there's a lot of history with the drag community and the trans community. So like these are all very complicated subjects, which I actually am a paid educator about. So like,
I didn't know that.
Yeah, I am a cultural consultant. I'm also a queer linguist. I do a lot of stuff in that area. I've been dropping the linguistic stuff quite a bit because I don't work for Random House anymore, where I was working with them on that with some editing and stuff. But
okay.
So are you saying
it was
that
on a
it's pay
freelance
you a
basis,
clock?
but what?
Are you saying that it's pay you a clock?
Yeah.
Drop your PayPal or your coffee in the chat.
Can't do that. My PayPal is my dead name, and I don't have a coffee.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, okay.
But I'm happy to talk about these things. But I get paid to do these things during my day job too, because I am.
Oh, okay.
It's something. The education part is something that I consistently do. One of the other projects I might be putting up actually is I was thinking about putting up like a paid Zoom meeting, a seminar about writing characters of different backgrounds for the TTRPG community. That's one of the things that I've been looking at doing because I have all the background in this. Like, I don't talk much about my professional background, like what I do for a day job very often, but I do quite a bit of education and things like that. So
that's amazing.
I had no idea. That's awesome.
Oh, Patreon for Fast Times would also be a way to support you.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
I can drop the Patreon for Fast Times.
Fast Times. Yeah.
Okay.
Because that's a way to support you that doesn't involve
It is, and it's a way to support.
A bunch of other amazing queer people.
I got you with the link in chat.
Okay, cool.
There you go.
Yeah,
I
and,
do
like,
have to say. Oh, go ahead.
Well, I was gonna say, like, the Patreon directly helps me pay the cast. So I don't earn money from the podcast. If anything, I'm shelling out more than I earn. Like, I don't pay myself because the thing is that I need people that I work with to get paid before me.
Mm-hmm.
So the Fast Times Patreon goes directly to paying the cast and our audio editor and our transcriptionist for people who are our friends who are hard of hearing or need captions, and also our social media person who is Ren, Atomic Firebird, who works an extreme amount and deserves the world. So like until everyone's getting paid, I don't get paid. But the Fast Times thing, like the Patreon, is a really, really good way to support us, and I hope you do contribute to it.
Please.
Oh shit! There's a big thing I forgot to say.
What's up?
Fast Times is up for. We have 9 nominations for the Audioverse Awards.
Amazing.
Yeah. So if you want to give us a vote for that, that would be a huge bit of like promotion for us that we really want. We are in almost every improvised category. All the casts are nominated as, players or actors. I'm nominated for director. The game is nominated for Best New Improvised Production. Hold on, I'll get a link.
I already got you.
You got me? Okay, cool.
Mm-hmm.
If you could vote for us in that, I would extremely appreciate it. Because, it's really cool. And like, there are people that are like nominated in some of the categories. Like our audio director is nominated in 2 categories, I believe. And he's up against the Magnus Archives, even though it's a new category because they launched a new series. It's just under their thing. So it's listed as an improvised production. So like, there's a few categories where we're up against some stiff competition, and like, we could use your vote.
Vote. Also, just vote in general.
Also vote. Yeah,
also just vote in general.
Yeah, please.
So
If
the
you are in the
link-
United States, please vote.
So the link that I sent you takes you to the ballot where you have to answer a few preliminary questions about your familiarity with the Audioverse Awards and the podcast history. Go ahead, fill that out, and then it's going to take you to the production categories. So you're going to start voting there, and yeah, show some love. You
do have to vote in all categories for the vote to go through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So be sure to do that.
So, new storytelling production is going to be your first one. These nominees have qualified as finalists by nomination. Storytelling production. And then number 3 is new improvised production. Fast Times at D&D High is the 4th one on the first column. Give it some love.
Please. We are also nominated in a bunch of other categories. So
Yeah,
please give
so
us
just
some
go
love
through the
across
entire thing
board.
and then just do what you need to. You know what to do.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you so much, y'all.
And you don't just stop there. Spread it on your social media. Retweet the link. It's
Twitter
now a
links,
personal.
retweet it.
It's now a personal mission to get Fast Times at D&D High as the winner, because I'm a fanboy. So let's if you do this, I will fight you, chat, and I'll even let you win.
That always wins, though.
You're so kind, Noir. Thank
Chat
you,
doesn't
everybody,
always
for that.
win. Yeah, seriously, show some love. This is your homework.
And if you haven't listened to it yet, do check it out. You can get it on almost every service you can get podcasts on. Spotify, fucking Google Podcasts, I think it's a thing. Apple, like almost everything.
Let's see.
Podbean. You can get on Podbean.
Improvised production.
You're just voting. Right now,
Like,
live on stream. It's,
Oh my God, I love you
at
so
least
much.
this way, he's not going to end up with a shocked face like he was when he saw the grapefruit vid.
Why did you remind
I
me?
almost
hear the sound.
forgot. Poor thing.
I like how
Start-
we went from like structured show off the rails.
Chaotic
Structure
Stories.
check.
There's a link that shows up your podcast and then this vote. There is a showcase link for the Audioverse Awards where Fast Times does have an episode up. It's our most impressive episode, but it is the 8th episode. So if you do listen to it, there are, there's some spoilers, but it stands alone as the best thing that we produced thus far, which is why we entered it. But you can check it out.
I had no idea there were this many D&D podcasts.
There's a lot.
That started this year, too.
Holy
Here
shit.
is the link to the showcase. And yes, you can find links to Fast Time's Twitter account from my Twitter account. And from there are links to the website. You can listen to it on any available listening thing. You can search it. You'll find it, I promise. Anor, what are you about to do?
What's going on?
Anor.
Nor
What's the door? Wait, what am I
listening to
missing?
your word, you slip on your words gave me an idea.
I have a single concern.
Me too.
Oh no, he's typing a lot. This is going to be a problem.
Oh no. This is gonna be
Oh,
a
no.
thing.
I thought y'all was talking about me for a second. I'm like, I'm
An
just...
episode where all the characters get transported back in time for some Back to the Future-esque shenanigans, and you call it, don't.
Past times at
time.
D&D. Hi.
I thought you were gonna say like something that was like Back to the Fast Times or some shit. I also hate you. I hate you. I hate you.
But we love you.
I love you too.
Well, we mainly hate you. No, I'm just kidding.
But yeah, if you are worried about spoilers, check out the actual first episode. It's pretty entertaining. Some part of me thought we should enter that, but realistically, the best episode that we've done from a production standpoint is the 8th episode. So that's which one it is.
Panaholic. We've got 2 of those in chat right now. I think with that we might start wrapping it up. But yeah, definitely check out Sephi and Fast Times at D&D High.
Vote, you cowards.
Follow her on all the socials, all the things. TikTok, Twitter. Do you have an Instagram?
I'm at Persephiroth everywhere on the internet. That's my TikTok, which only has one thing up right now. That's my Instagram. That's my Twitter. Anywhere else, I don't have an account. Or I changed the name so that no one can find it, like my AO3 account. No one needs to read my old fan fiction. There's only one up there, and it's still getting hits. I'm like, the Voltron fandom died. Why are you still getting hits? But anyway.
Because the
Voltron is
Voltron
never
fandom never
over.
dies.
I mean, the last 2 seasons sort of killed it.
Yeah, a little bit.
Me, at least.
So yeah, Noir.
There's one podcast on here that I got beef with, so it makes me feel good to actively not vote for them.
Ooh, you're gonna have to tell me this stuff.
We'll talk-
I've only skimmed. I've like listened to a bit from each one, but that's it.
I was just like, ooh, you're here. Fuck you.
Sephi, you are a phenomenal guest from D in chat.
Thank you.
I agree. Sephi, you're great. Excuse me.
Of course, you know I love you. I got nothing but love for you, and I'm sorry, I'm just being petty right now because they're in more than one category. So it's just like, ooh, still not voting for you.
Oh my god, you're gonna have to tell me this after. You know what? I was really just surprised. I really expected like Faithforge to be up there because they're doing really well. I'm surprised maybe no one knew about it or something. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm a little disappointed to see 3 black halflings not on here either.
They're not they're talking about D&D podcast though, right?
No, they're actually
yeah.
been doing actual plays too, I think.
Oh yeah, but they've been doing their actual plays on Twitch.
Oh yeah, that's fair.
Yeah, so that's probably why there's not a talk show category. 3 Black Halflings deserves to be on there.
Exactly.
Don't get me wrong. 3 Black Halflings is great. I did not realize. I have not listened clearly enough that I realized they had a Twitch channel where they were doing actual plays. I should.
Yeah, they just started
We've
up
actually
a couple
rated.
weeks ago.
We've actually rated them a few times.
Twice now.
Oh, okay, and also make sure that you note that you're supposed to vote in some category 3 times, so you have to vote, more than once.
I think it's ranked. Is it ranked voting? I'm not sure.
Yeah. So, but in the player in the new improvised production section, you have to vote 3 times, and there's the entire cast. So,
Which is 3 people. So how's that?
yeah.
work?
Well, actually, there are 4 people. It's Lance, Rin, Elise, and Karo.
God damn it, I have 4 players. I'm such an airhead. Okay. Like, let's be real, though. I can drive, and I'm queer, so of course I can't do math. Okay? I can't do basic math.
It's definitely a 3-part Venn diagram.
Yeah.
Where they don't meet up in the middle.
Like, you can sit in a chair properly, you can drive, and you can do math, and like...
I found out
driving.
Oh no, I can't do any of that.
I hate driving, but I can do it.
I just found out that that's the thing in the queer community.
There's a lot of in-joke stereotype stuff that we've built into it. What's another one? You can tell a bisexual by how high their jeans are pegged.
Hi, what?
Bro. I was also told that bisexual people don't know how to sit in chairs.
Yeah,
I specifically bisexual thing, yeah.
I sit like a goblin in every show, and no one realizes it, mostly because my knees are below the camera.
Yeah.
Math is for calculators, that's true.
Do you hear that? There was just someone honking their horn.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Sorry.
It's alright.
Anyway, like, yeah, there's a lot of things, like, all queer people are obsessed with the occult.
Hi, me.
Also, hi. Like, do I not look like an occult bitch? Like, I mean, sometimes I wear pink, but like, I'm full goth today.
Do I need to show off my collection of tarot cards and my occult book collection from vintage from the 1920s?
Do I have my tarot collection?
I'm just looking at my gems and my stones. Like, did I learn something about myself?
Yo, can we talk? Like, I know we're ending, but can we talk about how much a problem like crystal dice are? Because they're dice and they're fucking crystals, which means they are a crossover of 2 fucking obsessions, and I want them.
I want all of them.
All of them.
I need a good set of amethyst dice.
I have a rose quartz dice that the Fast Times group gifted me. Actually, it was my so most of the Fast Times group is in it, but it was my game Wrath of the Open Water, which is not online. Maybe eventually, but it has most of the same players.
Josh, I guarantee you'll kill Nora if you teach him about pickles.
Pickles.
That's my favorite thing in the wholesome in jokes that ever since Gift Nova taught me. I don't know if I know about pickles.
I'm gonna have to ask Gift Nova.
Yeah, I don't understand the reference.
I love pickles.
I love pickles too.
That's a trans women thing, apparently. Pickles and spicy food.
I can't fuck with spicy food.
Well, the pickles is because a lot of the T blockers leach the sodium out of your body. And pickles are salty. And the spicy food, no one really knows. It's just a thing that happens.
Here's everything said. How did I ever think I was straight? Right, Alicia? Trans girls love pickles.
Trans girls do love pickles, yeah. Yep. It's true. I have told someone, like, and sour things I found out recently. Sour things are a thing too. Like, if you gave me a bouquet of, like, pickles and lemons and then just crusted everything in citric acid crystals, I would marry you. Throw roses in there too for fun. Like, I would, in fact, consider it a marriage proposal. We'd be going to the courthouse. It would be happening.
And we are all dice.
I had no idea. I had no idea they were like dice made out of gemstones.
Yeah, go to Die Hard
Dice. Oh,
Dice.
you didn't know? Oh, no. God.
Die Hard Dice, and you'll see everything.
Die Hard Dice does some. Your Wizards does some. There's Etsy sellers that do them.
Oh, Your Wizards! I look at that. I pine over that shop and that storefront because those dice are so freaking pretty, and I cannot afford the shipping on any of them.
We were so lucky to get sponsored by them on the podcast for a giveaway.
Oh, that's dope.
It was so cool of them. It was so cool. We did not expect it. We basically reached out to them because we were going to buy them and then ship them out to the winners. And they were like, we'll sponsor a few sets. And we're like,
Excuse?
And look at that, I'm the winner.
If you marry me, you can come to Canada. Just saying, says Alicia.
Hey, that's also a proposal. Don't play with my feelings. Because like a
Alicia's
girl
been
wants
offering
to
marry
live
everybody lately. Also, finish
I
voting.
want to
Good job.
live. I would love to escape to Canada. Please, my job is remote. Take me, I'm yours. And the only way you can get across the border is if you have a relationship with someone, or if you're married, or family, or whatever. You know.
What do you mean?
Thank you
You're
for
my
finishing
cousin.
voting. Please.
Like I've been trying to get somebody in Canada to marry me just so I could get the fuck out of here.
Yeah.
Jamie and I've also considered getting divorced so that we could marry people and bring them up.
Yeah, it's really...
It's a whole
rough.
thing. It's like, who's playing? Right, Alicia?
I did not know I needed this amount of petty in my life this morning, but this.
Oh, you're still... Damn!
Yes.
You're still
After we get off of this, you are going to explain this to me, and I am going to live because I am secretly an awful person. But most likely, the reasons that Noir doesn't like this group are probably reasons why I would not respect them either. It's something that I've learned with my black friends.
Noir has a really good bullshit sense when it comes to people. I've learned, and I'm learning to trust that instinct.
No, this person like.
Wait, I'm gay and I like spicy food and pickles. What does that mean? Well, it might mean that you're an egg, or it might just mean that you like those things.
Yeah, that's kind of what it means.
It's mostly after hormones that people get those effects.
I just like it to begin with. I don't have hormones, or haven't taken hormones. Bree and Noir offered to marry me. You only offered to marry me. I only offered to Sephi. Oh yeah, so yeah.
Ooh,
That's
hit me
true.
up. Just hit me up. Shoot your shot. Because Canada counts for a lot.
Do you like puns and
My
do you like
friend.
snakes?
I like snakes.
She owns several snakes.
And puns are fun, but I will pretend to get mad at them every time. But that's like the best part.
Welcome back, Husha Kid. Yeah. So, I think, are you still voting?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm only 33% of the way done, and I'm fully intent to get this done before we're done. So
Oh,
keep
Lord.
going. And I get to be petty. That's an added bonus. Like part of me so desperately wants to be like, don't vote for this show, but I can't tell you which ones because that would be too petty. But
They're too petty. As someone who has had enough combos with Sephi, I want to be abundantly clear. Sephi pretends to be terrible and is not so secretly fucking great and incredible person. I have learned this.
Excuse me, I'm pure evil. Rude. I am the darkness incarnate. Thank you, Josh. Ugh, ruining my bad name.
Oh, Husha, we are currently voting for Fast Times at D&D High for the...
do we need the link again? Yeah, we
I
need
just
the
threw it
link
in chat.
again.
Well,
Now it's there twice.
sorry. Yeah, it's alright.
We gonna
It's okay.
get this to number 1.
Only 50%. It's been 10 minutes. Will this ever end? It will eventually.
Yeah, it's a long process.
It is a long process.
unfortunately.
But yeah, I think we're ready to about wrap it up. Do you have anything? So Fast Times at D High. Vote for it. Also, just vote because if you're American, just vote.
Please vote.
Oh, you have to be an American. You have to be American.
No, meant like
No.
it's the US
We're talking
elections,
about
vote
the
that.
election.
Oh yeah. Oh God, please.
You do not need to be American to vote in the Audioverse Awards.
I was about to be like, hold up.
The nicest, best, darkest incarnate. The nicest, sweetest cosmic horror you ever did cross paths with.
That feels like Raven from Teen Titans, specifically Teen Titans Go. How dare you!
Damn.
Dare.
Savage.
Josh! We're gonna
Some things you
fight.
can't take back.
You have started a fight that you will never see the end of. I will destroy you. I will leave your family alone because I like them, but I will destroy you, and I will end you.
Somebody's
Enjoy
got a
your
goddamn
final days,
podcast called COVID
Anorian.
39. No.
That is not an insult.
It's Teen Titans. I guess Teen Titans Go gets a lot of flack, but it's pretty funny.
It is pretty funny, but it's not Teen Titans.
Why do I?
Dang, you had to roast Sephi like that.
You really, really did.
Take your neck.
Rude.
I mean, it's payback because I watch a lot of Anor's streams. Because he's like one of my favorite streamers.
Yeah.
And plays a lot of retro games that I adore. And like I regularly like distract from his stream.
You gifted me the tier 2 sub to Anora's channel like
Oh,
a
I
little
did?
bit ago. You did.
Oh, that's
when
cool.
there was that big hype up, that dual hype train between him and Bright. Yeah.
Oh, that was so much fun. I love that stream. That stream was so much fun.
That was a good stream
Yeah, it really was.
with the multi-link. To any hater, sit down and watch the 4-episode slate of The Night Begins to Shine. Oh, is that on Teen Titans Go?
I'm guessing.
Yeah. I guarantee you your opinion will change.
Is that the one where they do like the 80s hair metal, like old, like heavy metal type animation shit? That shit was dope.
No, I refuse. Are you almost are you still working on it?
Huh? Yeah.
Okay.
I just got to play your director of a new production.
We can wrap things up and
Yeah,
you can take
we'll
it
wrap
while you
things-
tell me the petty story, damn
Yes. We'll wrap
I will
things
tell
up.
you about all the pettiness.
We'll wrap things up. So follow Sephi. Follow Fast Times at D&D High. Vote for Fast Times at D&D High.
Do
Using
it.
that link that's in there. Do the thing. Please do the thing because she's amazing and she deserves your support and she's wonderful and the best and her voice is like butter and it has broken me several times during this stream. It made my heart go doki doki doki.
Oh my god, that's so sweet.
Did they make a whole movie for that? Noir, what are you working on this week?
So I just found out that I can discuss this. On the 25th, you can catch me over on Roll20 for Roll20 Con, where I will be playing Burn Bright with the game's creator, James. I'm so sorry, bro. I'm about to fuck up your last name.
Yes.
James Intricasso. I think I got that right.
Yep.
Sam Wise, who is just lovely, lovely, lovely. Daniel Kwan, and Opera Geek. This is gonna be my first time playing with Kelly the Opera Geek. So I hope I don't make a fucking ass of myself, but I probably will. And then tomorrow, for Dungeons and Deep Dish, my guest will be none other than Mr. Puddins, Alex from Chromatic Chimera. And we'll be doing a one-on-one one-shot using the Zyhander system. So that'll be fun. Again, Monday Monday I have off because Lessons in Deep Magic is on season break.
That was a
But
good
we'll
show.
be coming back to Encounter Roleplay. So that'll be cool. We're no longer on the Kobo Press Twitch channel. Tuesdays, you can find me over on LFM Network, where we'll be doing Degrees of Madness. It's me, Lindy, and Puppets from Perception Studios. That'll be a good time. I believe our guest will be... Don't screw this up.
God damn, I thought I was busy. Shit.
Don't screw this up. Who's the guest? Yeah, come and check it out to find out. Nailed it. Wednesday, you can find me on the Curse of Strahd. Playing Curse of Strahd. And we're also moving from Last HP Hero to our new home on TPK Roleplay. So that's happening this week. And then also Tuesday, you can find me on Madame Gandalf's channel, where we're playing a spooky game of Cult. And then Friday, you can catch me back on Chromatic Chimera for Bloody Portrait, our Zyhander game, which is a good time. That's it.
And then next Sunday, you will be on this channel again with, in addition to that one shot that you're running, or that one shot that you're in for Burn Bright, you're also going to be running Second City Saviors right here. And that is with It's the Riddler from in chat, Husha Kid, who's also in chat, and Red White Roleplay, who is also in chat. Like the whole Second City Saviors team is here.
So yeah, actually, let me break down what that Sunday's gonna look like for your boy. Let's see if I have this right, because I don't want to fuck this up. I'm so sorry. So that Sunday, the day will start with Dungeons and Deep Dish, where my very special guest, Nuance from Fast Times of D&D High, will
I
be
forgot
joining me
about
for
that.
a one shot and interview. Then I will make my way over to Roll20Con, where I'll be playing with all those lovely people that I told you about before. And then the day will wrap up with me GMing right here for Second City Saviors. And then my night will end with me drinking and eating tacos. Probably cry,
God damn it.
going, why did I do this
We
to
all want
myself?
tacos. Are we just gonna order
Oh, I'm getting
tacos?
tacos right after this.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
as soon as this is over, give me food.
And with that, hi everybody. I'm Anita, or Panita, or Critical Misses. You can find me online under Panita or Critical Misses. This is the kind of thing that I get up to on a Saturday morning when I've been drinking at the bar way too late. Thanks so much for stopping by. You're all wonderful people, and this has been an absolute blast. Should we go on a raid? Who's online right now that I can raid?
Ooh, that is a good question.
I think Cypher went online while we were doing this.
Yep,
Okay.
Cypher's online. Go JG is online. Raven is online. Bright Dystopia is online.
All good choices.
All good people. All good people.
Actually, Make Believe Ren's channel is also online, and it is KP's show on their Waverly Summer.
Oh, hi, Make Believe Live. Thank you for
Ooh.
following.
Yeah, let's do Make Believe.
Yep,
I'm biased. Ren is one of my players, and I also adore them.
I love Ren and I love KP. So that's what.
Oh
my
yeah.
vote is going as
KP
well.
KP11.
Yeah,
Mhm.
KP11's.
Oh yeah.
And
yeah,
Wasa's
he's
on
great.
there.
And
Austin.
Wasabate is going to be our guest next week on Morning Ritual.
Sarah of Sarah of Swords is also going to be on Dungeons and Deep Dish. So yeah, let's
Give me 1 second. I need to actually figure out.
do it now. No, just
No. So it's Make Believe RP. Is that the channel?
Make Believe _ RP _
RP _. So we're gonna raid Make Believe RP, who literally just followed me after we mentioned their name.
hold on. I've got the URL if you need it in the
I just need the actual username. Oh, Make Believe Live. Got you.
Oh right, changed. I forgot.
Yeah, so we're gonna raid Make Believe. So we're just gonna say that it's a Critical Misses raid.
Alright.
It's a Critical Misses raid. Summoned by the Morning Ritual. I might be monitoring my stream and being here. Multitasking. Good for you.
I was just about to be like, how are they following us? And I'm watching them right now. Talent.
So throw that into chat. Hey, Make Believe, do you have any rules about that? Oh well. Hey, so with that, I guess I should probably end this stream before I get cut off by the raid command. Thank you all so much for stopping by, and until next time, the ritual has concluded. See you later, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.